Oh, can't throw it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Parsons. I think we're up and running now. A little bit of technical difficulties. You know, we had 3 weeks off, Dale, and that's just too much time for us. We get too lackadaisical, I guess. So hopefully we've got all our bugs worked out here, and we are underway here in this one. 7-2 your score, 4:23 to go in this first quarter of this girls matchup here in Parsons. BJ Harris, Dale Shimerman along with you in Parsons. Lady Trojans taking on the Lady Vikings on the road here to begin things over in Labette County, and has not started all that well. Trojans only 2 points, came off a Drake Whirl bucket down in the paint about 2 minutes ago. 4:08 to play. This thing will be a work in progress as we roll on through here the evening, but we'll have a scoreboard up for you a little bit. Nice drive to lane there for Jada Valley. Starters for the Lady Trojans were Kaylin Flaherty, JoJo Ferguson, Jada Valley, Drake Whirl, and Brittany Bailey. They've had one set of substitutions, I believe, in. And now Lady Trojans with the basketball. Good inbound, down low. Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Can be tracked down near mid-court by Valley. Faith pulling in there, the freshman on the right wing top. And she walked with it.
A little too excited for the freshman there.
Yeah, that's bound to happen. It's a super athletic team for Parsons. Lady Trojans going to have to play really well to compete. And a good foul, taking it to the hole. That's one of the best ways to get after them, is just taking at those playmakers they have and try to get them in foul trouble. Parsons' team wasn't great a year ago as far as record-wise, but they've been young for quite a while, and this kind of harvest season for them, a group of girls that have been playing together for a long, long time. So we're off and running here for basketball season, hopefully. Hopefully we've worked out any kinks. You know, best laid plans, Dale. The guy gets here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and 2.5 hours later, we're on the air. Not bad.
Well, it's always something to work on.
You guys got to have goals. Talked to Kaylin Flaherty beforehand. I said, high expectations. She goes, I got to get through warm-ups without getting hurt. I said, you got to have high expectations. Good to have her back on the floor as she battled through that injury, or didn't battle, had to have knee surgery early on in the season a year ago. And so good to have her on here. Got a boys game, of course, coming up later on tonight. That should be a highly there's TV here from KOAM's here shooting. Whenever they show up to a basketball game, you know it's probably a big game. It's a pretty big matchup early on. Girard is 3A. I did not realize until I started prepping for this. Parsons has kind of stayed in that 4A. They were both 4A2 a year ago, but Parsons is going to be up. So good thing for the Trojan men not to have to see them too many times.
The Trojans, number 4, Jada Valley.
Valley at the stripe gets the Trojans' third point. Oh, no good. Good rebound, though, by Poland. Back up and good. It's a good board down in the paint for the freshman. And now a quick turnover by Parsons. Lady Trojans have kind of handled that initial onslaught by Parsons, and now they've settled in a little bit. Here's Whirl. That three up and good. That's her second attempt at it. That time it goes through. Coach said that she's been working on that three shot and has been pretty consistent in the preseason with it. And that's a big one. Lady Trojans' first lead of the season here. 8-7 over the Parsons Vikings. 3:08 to play in the first quarter. There's a steal by Valley. Here she goes, up the floor with the right hand. Layup, couldn't get it. And then foul. She makes that. A timeout's coming probably by the Vikings.
Like Jada might be just pressing it just a little bit too hard right there.
Trojans going to put a little pressure on here in the backcourt. Drive the lane. No good with a foul on Gabby Sands. One of their main scoring threats. She's a good one and has been for a while. Is Nina Taylor, 5'9" senior, but she's been playing since she was a freshman, started as a freshman, and was really probably their best player then. And they've just progressed and progressed. And then 5'10" Alex Johnson. First shot no good. So remain 8-7, 2:51 to go in the first quarter of this one. 4 games here before Christmas, and then Christmas break, and then you get into the meat of the whole season. It's a double round robin, so we'll see a lot of teams twice. Serena Short, 5'7" freshman coming to the ball game. Coach already using those youngsters, 2 freshmen on the floor here. And this one in Poland goes in and gets that board. Taylor unable to take advantage of the foul and open frame for her. JoJo Ferguson going to set it up for Whirl on the left wing. They'll start guarding her on the 3 now. JoJo drives, loses it. It's going to be a foul against Parsons. Maybe? Yes. Twice the Lady Trojans have gotten called on coming in a little too early, I think. So they had to go back to the bench. I don't know if there's a point of emphasis for that or what. I'll have to figure that one out. There's JoJo on the right wing. Right corner for Smith. Up off inside for Flaherty, trying to get it to her. And last touch by the Vikes. Out of bounds. Off the hands of Nakia Yates. Throw in deep. Gathered up for the Lady Trojans. There's a 3 by JoJo from way downtown, no good. And rebound pulled out there by Taylor. Here she goes. Taylor stride for stride with Ferguson. Layup and good. Vikings back in front, 9-8, 2:13 to play in the first quarter. Ferguson high post for Flaherty. Down inside for Poland. She gets it knocked around. Here's Smith. That short corner, she'll pull it back outside and reset it with Ferguson. Smith, left wing. Zone defense here for the Vikings is forcing Lady Trojans to throw some bad passes, and here's a steal. It's stolen right back by Short. Good effort there by the freshman. Here's Ferguson. She's going the other way, and she walked with it, I think. Minute 41 to play. Natives behind us. Be careful up there, Dale.
I'm telling you, it's a hostile environment. They're all Girard people.
Got to pace yourself. It's a long season. This is game 1 of 20. There's a walk. Give it right back to him. Here comes Brentley, extended time on the bench for Bailey. Should come in and replace Poland. Good minutes from the freshman. Battling inside of the boards. Good size inside for her. Ferguson to bring it up the floor. Right wing for Smith. Up in high post for Flaherty. Trying to go high-low for Short. Back around they go. JoJo to the corner. Smith some time. Didn't take it. She'll drive with a left-hand leaner, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by the 5'10" Yates. Here's Taylor the other way, foul. And we'll see who they get the foul on, whether it is Ferguson.
That's Ferguson. It's her second.
Well, she doesn't have Brett Ferguson used to pick up the fouls all the time.
Right.
Now that he's not here to get them, JoJo's going to have to start getting them just as fast as Brett did.
Called him on short.
Oh, that's a benefit for Lady Trojans. He held up. I thought it was 2, but it was 2 shots.
Number 11.
Yeah. So Short gets it. Parsons back in front 10-8 with the second one coming from Taylor. She missed both on her last trip. Made them both this trip. And it's 11-8. 1:13 to play in the opening quarter of this one. High post for Bailey. Kick across the lane for Flaherty. Oh, couldn't mishandled it. Now she's caught up. She tried to throw it off of Yates, and she does. Throw it off of her out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans. 1:03 to play in the first quarter. Inbound intended for Bailey, but knocked out of there by Taylor. Smith on the right corner. Entry pass down inside. Good. That left-hand hook, man, she's got it still. Just off the mark, though. And here come the Vikings. 49 seconds to play. Just get past left wing. Allie Hicks. Around for Kroll. There's Taylor over to Hicks. She'll bang it back around top of the key. 33 seconds to play in the opening half. There's a steal by JoJo Ferguson. Jumping the pass for JoJo. Then she carried it, got away with it. Then she threw it away. Here comes Taylor. Set up. Jumper. In transition, no good. 18 seconds, plenty of time to take the final shot here of this first quarter. 13 seconds, 12. Ferguson across half court at 10. Over to Flaherty. High post for Bailey with the left hand, good. And at that, one at the buzzer, not going to be good by Taylor. 11-10, we got a good one so far here in this one. We'll take our first break of the night. Got to reset, we'll get your scoreboard up there and everything else here in the break, hopefully. When we return, 11-10, Lady Trojans trail by 1 after 1. You're watching it on Girard Sports Live.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Back out here, Parsons, Kansas. Lady Trojans trail by 1. Here against the Parsons Vikings. .7:41 to play. Vikings back with it up by 1. Still battling with some technical issues here tonight. I apologize. Another steal. Lady Trojans have just been taking advantage of the poor ball handling by Parsons. Are back in front are the Lady Trojans. Bradley Bailey with it high post. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that one. Having some unseen ever before technical issues. Keep doing what you do, Dale, up there, and you'll just stay okay.
I'm working.
Serena Short, that's her second personal foul.
Well, it appears we may have had even more technical difficulty than we thought, Dale. Did you take this equipment home at some point?
I did not, and it did not go to the duck blind with me. I'm just telling you right now.
Did you touch this stuff?
I did not touch it.
Well, my apologies to all of our supporters and all our viewers and all that stuff. Kind of a clunky start here to this basketball season. I promise we'll get it sorted out. Not exactly sure what even I fixed it, and I don't. You know, one of those things when you fix it, you don't really know how you fixed it. Like everything I've ever fixed in my life. Here's a three from Gabby Sands. Full momentum in favor of Lady Trojans. Brittany Bailey, you may have seen it before we got our audio going. Took a big charge down to the paint, got some momentum going. Lady Trojans led at halftime, and now they lead it here 23-17. On the road at Parsons. Here's Curl baseline. Got to close out on that baseline. Not very good defense there. 23-19 your score. Jada Valley going to bring it across the timeline. High post for Bailey. Collapse. 4 girls on her. Yeah, you got to be able to pass out of that. If you get that much pressure in the high post with 4 people on top of you, you've got 4 people open. Or at least 3 people open. And you need to be able to get that ball passed out of there. The Trojans trying to sneak one out of here. Vikings just missing all kinds of opportunities against this Trojan team. Valley will bring it up again. When Valley's in the ball game, they've been a little more efficient offensively. At least been able to get their offense started and ran. Poland's been a bright spot. That freshman in the corner has had some really good minutes already here for Lady Trojans. Off to the corner, left wing rather. With Smith and back around. Reset. 4:42 to go, third quarter, 23-19. Lady Trojans up by 4. Whirl, skip pass. JoJo stolen away by Kroll. Here she comes. She'll push it up in the front court. Guarded by Valley, tightly. To the baseline. That's closed off. Nice job. Back outside for Yates, and then a turnover by the Vikings. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. And another foul. It's been a clunky game. It's matched our broadcast because there's just been so many turnovers and so many fouls and just early season basketball. You don't move your feet like you're supposed to. Both coaches, when I talked to them this morning, both of them talked about not moving their feet on defense and trying to play defense with your hands, and that's going to lead to a lot of fouls and kind of a herky-jerky game. It really matters once you get the victory. Here's high post for Whirl. Kick back out Valley to the corner. And bad passes also to boot. Defense had a little bit to do with that one, but
just out of control, BJ. You know, I mean, overall, I think the girls know where they need to be, but it's just getting there. A lot of footwork issues, I think, like you're talking about.
There's a steal by Ferguson. She's got a few of those and stolen right back. Whirl comes in there to get tangled up, but it's going to be a jump ball. That is in favor of the Lady Trojans. And so yeah, jump ball. Coach Kroll, I think, discussing whether they should have had the ball, alternating possession. And so it will be a correction. Back to the Vikings. 3:48 to go in the third. Lady Trojans up by 4. With it back around, top of the key. Smith high out there guarding Freeze. They're back top of the key here for Allie Hicks. Hicks gathered up. Trojans, good helping trap zone defense. Off to the right side, driving Yates. Little contact. Floated with the right hand. No good. Rebound by Ferguson. JoJo going to push it up to Smith. Kinsey on the left wing. Just never had good control of that basketball. And then Finally knocked it out of bounds. Kind of got bailed out there by Yates, I think, to get that ball out of there and reset it. Trying to get it in. They do. Poland gets good position. She'll force one up. That's what you need to do. You get that close to the basket. Valley with the rebound. She'll kick it out. And it's gathered up and pulled out of there by Alex Johnson. Out to Yates. Just under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's a little runner in the lane, no good. JoJo let that one go. But gathered up by Taylor, and she'll put it up and in. Johnson, rather, and she'll put it up and in. Now some pressure going to be applied here by the Vikings. Trojans will get it across the timeline. Now they've got numbers. Run, scoop with the left hand, good. For Jada Valley, a nice move to the rack that time. 25-21, Lady Trojans back up by 4. 2:24 to play in the third quarter. On the right wing for Free. She's in the paint. Threw it away. Freese is a sophomore. She's a pretty experienced, as I mentioned, except for Dakia Yates. She's a freshman, and then Freese is a sophomore. Timeout on the floor. Let's give this a shot. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching Lady Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
Lady Trojans lead it here with the Lady Vikings on the road. Game number 1 of this 2018-19 basketball season. 25-21. Trojans in front by 4. 2:12 to play in this third quarter. Flaherty from the elbow. Up no good. Oh, it did go in. I thought that thing was going to bounce out on the first bounce. She got a little lucky roll. Lady Trojans up by 6. One of their largest leads of the ball game. Lost her. Backside. Good hustle by Flaherty, but it goes up and in. On the take by Johnson. 27-23, minute 47. So here in this third quarter, Ferguson over to Valley. High post Poland knew exactly what to do with it. With the right hand, no good. Flaherty's there. She can't hold, and out of bounds it goes. Back to the Lady Trojans. Tell you what. I'm guessing we'll talk about Faith Poland more as this season progresses. She has had herself a good ball game. Just shows some real basketball knowledge, what to do with the ball when you catch it high post, go to the rim. Knowing they were in that banded zone defense. It was a 3 by Valley, no good. And rebound pulled out there by Yates, and here come the Lady Vikings. Up in front for Hicks. Yates poked out of there by Valley, out of bounds. It'll stay with Parsons. Coming into our kitchen. Again, got a boys game coming up. Hopefully we're off and running here in 2018-19. Yates will get it into her. Guarded by Kayla Osmonds. Tight defense there. Hicks. Covered up by Sands. And they're going to give her 3 seconds. Picked that ball up just beyond the free throw line and got covered up by Gabby Sands. 27-23, Lady Trojans up by 4, 1:11 to play in the third. Osmonds threw it away. And pulled out of there by the Vikings. Yates pushes off right wing into the paint. Backing. Boy, she did that one all on her own. Shots up no good. Rebound JoJo. JoJo's been on the boards like crazy. Brintley's running. Got to make the catch with the left hand to that side. Good. In transition. Get her to her left side. That's a good thing. Hicks is going to try to go back the other way. And it'll be gathered up. Here's a 3. Way off. Rebound. Flaherty on the other end. Good hustle by her to get back. Coach says, let's go. Get on your horse and ride. A great crowd here tonight. We'll funnel it in. This is going to be a big boys game. This has been a dandy so far in the girls game. Bailey on that baseline, let her go to work. Kick back out, Sands, a good look at a three, no good. Flaherty there, but can't pull it down. Gathered up by the Vikings. 13 seconds to go here in the third. Lady Trojans lead by 6. Up the floor, 8 seconds. Hicks out, she'll move around, top of the key. There's a three on the way by Bedore, no good. Rebound by Flaherty. Trojans have a chance. They'll heave one up. And that's the way we'll go to the fourth quarter. 29-23, Lady Trojans lead it here over the Parsons Vikings on the road in the first game of this new season. We're back in 1 minute. You are watching Lady Trojan basketball on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Here we go, fourth quarter of this with the Girard Lady Trojans. Parsons, Vikings in Parsons. It's been a good one so far here this evening. 29-23, Trojans lead it by 6. They've been back and forth in the first half. Trojans have maintained a lead in the second half. They've got the ball to begin things here. Valley to the right side for Ferguson. Back around. Now they'll go back to that side, trying to drive. It's a tight zone. High post for Bailey. Trying to get in the middle of that zone and got to take care of the basketball down the stretch. That is going to determine the outcome of this game. The turnovers. Here's Hicks standing on the line. No good. Rebound down and low for Poland. Fighting for it. She'll get it. Got to go. Open it down the court. Bailey was bailing. Poland. Short pass there to Valley. So much contact. Downside. Somebody lost her. Into the paint. Shot up a good by Serena Short. And the freshmen have really stepped up here tonight for the Lady Trojans. Dump off inside. Here is Taylor. That's Johnson, rather. Johnson was the one that kind of kept him in the game in that third quarter. 31-25, 6:54 to play. In the ball game. Valley down inside Bailey on that left side with a scoop, no good. And a foul going to be called on Short over the back. And it'll be 1-1 here. Or no, it was on 11, rather.
Checking over the Vikings, number 22,
Micaiah Yates going to check into the ball game. Sophomore, she kind of helped him along with Johnson to keep pace. Kroll to bring it up the floor, working up against Valley. That's a mismatch.
Getting away with a shove right there.
Yeah, clearing plenty of room. Now she walks with it. That's all Jada Valley. Her defense on that was really good. To do that and not get a foul called on you, be that tight, she caused that turnover. And Jada will often be the most athletic player on the floor this season. That will lend to a lot of good defensive plays. Top of the key now. High post for Bailey. Move back quickly around. JoJo left wing. Poland down inside. JoJo drains it. Fergie pulls a triple. 34-25, a 9-point lead for the Lady Trojans. 6:14 to play. There's a scoop with the right hand by Yates, no good. Bailey trying to take her second charge of the ball game. She will not be benefited there. And so Ridley will pick up her first personal foul. That's positive for the Lady Trojans. Nobody, I don't think, in really any foul trouble. And so Yates will go to the free throw line here. Here's Yates. Rattled it off. 6:10 to play in the final quarter. 34-25, Lady Trojans lead it. Over the Parsons Vikings. Here's Yates. Second one. That was no good. Missed him. And then last touched out of bounds by Johnson. It'll go back to the Lady Trojans. Zone pressure, about three-quarter court. Trojans break that nicely. High post, Poland. She'll take it in. Kickoff, last minute for short, and then lost it. And gets tangled up. She's going to earn a jump ball in favor of Lady Trojans. Good tenacity there not to stop with it. And Gabby Sands will come in for her first fourth quarter minutes. She'll replace Short. I would suspect Gabby to be out there the rest of the ball game. Endurance is not an issue with her. 5:58 to play on the right wing for Sands. To the right corner for JoJo. Entry pass down inside. They collapse on Braley with the left hand. From the right side with the left hand. And that's a good one. 36-25, 11 points, the largest lead of the ball game for Lady Trojans. All the way down. Coach Kroll wants a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 5:43 to play in the ball game. Lady Trojans lead by 11. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Lady Trojan basketball on your home for Girard Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Line.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays. 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
5:43 to play here in the ball game. 36-25. Lady Trojans lead by 11. BJ Harris, Dale Shireman here from Parsons. A boys and girls basketball doubleheader tonight on Girard Sports Live. Do apologize again for a rough start to the broadcast. Hopefully we're off and running and we'll have a good game here down the stretch of this girls going to be here for the duration of that boys contest. It should be a dandy. As the Trojan men will try to get off on a really good foot against a team that will be favored to make a run in the 4A state tournament. I said they were last year. They played that 4A2 and finished fourth at the Parsons boys. They were not the best team, but they had the best players in that tournament probably, and they were certainly the most athletic group in that tournament. Lady Vikings going to have the ball down by 11. Trojans in front here, 5:36 to play now. Taylor, drive it, foul, and one. They're going to give her the and one. Makes it a 9-point ball game with 5:34 to play. That timeout was probably Coach Kroll saying, Taylor, we got to have you take and be more aggressive. She has not really been real aggressive here in this second half. And here come the Lady Trojans again trying to break that pressure. Into the middle of it for Poland. Off to the right side for Ferguson. JoJo. And thrown out of bounds. Last touch by Drake Worrell. Not sure what happened there. Ask Jerry, sitting right next to you, Dale. I don't think we want that commentary.
We're not going there.
Here's Yates on the right corner. Back around for Taylor. 5:11 to play in the ball game. 36-28. Trojans trying to squall this little run here. Yates, Kroll, baseline, got to close out again. Little runner with the right hand, good. And I would suspect a timeout perhaps by Coach Herlocker. If he has another opening frame, 36-30. Valley gets away with one there. Gabby over to Valley. There's Sands, and there's that timeout. 4:41 to play in this ball game. Lady Trojans lead it by 6. They led by 11 just a moment ago. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
(36-30), 4:40 to play here in this ball game. Lady Trojans on top by 6 with the basketball. Sands, 3 on the way. Rattles in! That's a huge three-point bucket here midway through the fourth quarter. Back up by 9. There's a foul by Valley. That'll be team foul number 6 on the Lady Trojans. We apologize, no score clock. It's pretty sure that's what caused our problems earlier tonight, was my attempt to try to get a score clock here. There's a steal, quick hands, Kinsey Smith. Valley to the rim with the right hand, good! Back in front by 11. 4:10 to play. There's a near steal by Valley. They're gonna get 7th team foul. And she's trying to be aggressive. That's going to send her to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. .409 to play in the ball game. 41-30. Allie Hicks going to check back into the ball game for Parsons. And Nina Taylor at the free throw line to shoot the 1 and 1. It's the 4th foul on Valley. She'll stay in the game. Taylor missed the front side. Rebound, though, by Johnson. She'll put it up. She can't get it to go. Knocked around. Still to be determined. Johnson somehow comes out of there with it, and she'll get one to spin in. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. 41-32 Lady Trojans, up by 9. Valley breaks through that pressure. All alone. Drake Worrell, 3 on the way, too much. And rebound pulled out of there by the Vikings. Taylor going to run the offense. Just basically her drive to the rim. Scoop, left hand, no good. Taylor, rebound. And it'll be knocked out of bounds by Kaylin Flaherty. There's Kroll to inbound to the corner. Set. Thought she'd pull a trigger. She's not been afraid of shooting the threes as Bree Bador. Here's one from Taylor. Good. Clean shot there. And it's back to a 6-point ball game. 41-35. Lady Trojans up. 3:20 to play. Valley. Back and forth they go. She'll step through. Will. Jada. Gabby. Set. 3 on the way. Good! What a shot by Gabby Sands. Big 3-point buckets here in this fourth quarter. And Lady Trojans back in front by 9. 3 minutes to go. Taylor. Crossover. Step through, scoop, no good. Rebound, Sands, now you slow it down. Or you don't. Jada, keep that one alive, dribbles out of trouble. Skip it over to Smith. Down inside, Flaherty, good hard step. Flaherty up off the glass and in. It's a great post move there by Kaylin. Get some confidence built up for her. And here's that timeout by Coach Kroll. Feels things slipping away here on his home floor. Down by 11. Lady Trojans have been able to keep that score back and forth when it's got whittled down to 6. Then back to 11. 2:37 to play in this ball game. Lady Trojans up by 11. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Lady Trojan basketball. Your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
There you look at it, 2:37 to play in this ball game. Lady Trojans lead it by 11, 46-35. Here on the road at Parsons. And it'll be Parsons basketball. Parsons has gotten it whittled down to 6 twice here in this fourth quarter, and twice Gabby Sands has hit some big threes. One to get it to 9, and that one to get it to 11. Inbound for Hicks. Trojans put pressure on the backcourt. Hicks will get it across. Pearl top of the key. Back over to Taylor. 2:29 to play. 46-35. Bador, top of the key. Swing it around. Hicks. Trojans have sunk down in that zone. Kind of a 1-4. Actually, it's 1-3 with a spot up. Gabby Sands on Nina Taylor. There's a 3 up and good. A big one there for the Vikings. 2:06 to play. And down inside, Flaherty. Nice dish. Up off the glass, no good. Couldn't get it to go. Guarded by Kroll. Good pass by Bailey. Under 2 minutes to play now in the ball game. Trojans lead at 46-38. Hicks back outside for Kroll. She'll dribble off. Pins it on her hip. Kick back outside Bador. Hicks on the left wing. She has to gather it up. She'll step up. Spot 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Valley. 97 seconds. Up the floor. Running was Bailey. Bailey left hand layup. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by the Vikings. Here comes Taylor. Step through. Scoop. Good. Take care of the basketball. 6-point game again. And a foul going to be called on Hicks. And they only have 2. That's going to make their 3rd team foul, and so they can't really stop the clock now. They can stop the clock, but they can't change possession. Minute 17 to play in the ball game, 46-40. Getting it down now, aren't you, bud?
Working on it, bud. I'm working on it.
And there's a foul again. They have to do this 3 more times.
Foul number 2, Valley Hicks. That's our 3rd personal
Hicks
foul.
had something to give. They only ran a second off the clock.
Hometown clock.
Slow fish. She's on it. I got it. She's waiting. A good beat on it. Oh, they're going to give him some time now. Valley will shake and bake, trying to burn some clock. A little bullfighter going on there. Gabby with it on the right wing. Back outside for Valley. Valley will hold. Minute 3. Now she'll get fouled. That was a pretty good move.
Olay.
See something like that on the Hepler 4th of July. Or on the streets of Pamplona. 1:02 to play in the ball game. 46-40. Trojans up by 6. Inbound the backcourt for Valley. She stops, foul. That'll be team foul number 6. Under a minute now. Still just a 2-possession game, and Parsons certainly has some players that can shoot buckets. Cole and Taylor will check in, 2 of the ones that can do it. Gabby stands in the inbound. There's a screen, trying to get open. Throw it deep for Valley. Now they're going to try to play good defense to get a steal. Valley will step across on Taylor. Kick over to JoJo. JoJo guarded by Kroll. 50 seconds to play in the ball game. 46-40. JoJo holds down. Throw it down inside for Flaherty. They threw it away. Oof. Now probably just try to keep that one out high. 44.4 seconds to play. Taylor going to take her time. Trying to squeeze a couple of possessions out of this one. 38 seconds. 35. To the corner for Kroll. She goes baseline. Stop. Good D by Flaherty. Knocked around. JoJo pulls it out of the ground, out of the sky. 27 seconds. 6-point lead. 30 seconds. 22. Lady Trojans are going to sneak one out here in Parsons on the road to begin this season. Some good momentum it could give to this kind of mixed match team of some experience and some youngsters. Big shots by that young lady, Gabby Sands, in the 4th quarter to help them out. The Lady Trojans get a win here. 2-0 to start this new season. A good one here over the Parsons Vikings. That's a pretty good team in Parsons. The Lady Trojans just beat 46-40 here on the road to begin 1-0. And after a slow start from us and kind of a slow start by the Lady Trojans, everybody got on track, and we're all firing on all cylinders now, buddy. Lady Trojans win it. Final score 46-40 here over the Parsons Vikings. We'll start here on the postgame show. New sponsor. Postgame show brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, bringing 10 years of industry experience back to our hometown. Call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Very excited to have Leah Smith Agency back on board for the first time, but more excited to have that family moving back into the area. Leah and Dustin and their family, and any girl who can grow up in the same house as you, Dale. She must have it.
Had to be tough.
Certainly tough, and so we appreciate her jumping on board, sponsor of our post-game shows from here on out for as long as she will stick with us. Lady Trojans win it here 46-40. We'll begin things here on the post-game show. We'll come back. We'll talk about that one briefly. We'll talk with head coach of Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, as well. All that, much, much more still to come here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. We're back in 2 minutes. You're watching Lady Trojan basketball on your home for Girard Sports Live. All right, back out here to Parsons High School. The Girard Lady Trojans is getting a good win, 46-40. Still fighting through some of our issues here, but somebody had to have a good night tonight, and I guess it's going to be the Lady Trojans. Brad Herlocker, the head coach of Lady Trojans, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. And Coach, that's a pretty good win for your ball club. One that's maybe snuck out of here with one, but a just scrappy game by kind of a hodgepodge group of girls that are just going to have to try to come together, but that's a big step towards it, I guess, tonight.
Yeah, you know, this is a team where we played tonight that's pretty respected in the area, came in preseason pretty high, and it's a big win for these girls. You know, I've been in a lot of big games, and, you know, this ranks right up there for this group of, like you said, we got kids from, I think, every grade level involved, and, you know, they're all doing their part, and it wasn't pretty, and it may not be pretty too often this year, but these girls showed a lot of guts tonight.
Yeah, I've highlighted several times in there, the youngsters, your freshmen. I mean, here you go. Throw them out there and let them go and try to figure it out on the road. But it seemed like they did a pretty nice job here tonight, those young players stepping in there. Short, 4U Serena Short, and then I thought really a nice game for Poland tonight, stepping in there as a freshman.
Absolutely, you know, they bring something to the table. You know, they bring that youth and that hunger to the table. They've been pushing some of these other kids a lot. How about Gabby Sands?
Yeah, huge.
How about JoJo Ferguson on Nina Taylor?
Yeah.
You know, I can't say enough about that girl's going to be playing on Saturdays, meaning she's going to be playing college basketball. And they frustrated her tonight, and it showed up in some fouling, I think. And I can't say enough about our defensive effort, and that defense turned into offense a lot of time.
How do you take this win and kind of build on it?
Oh, absolutely. You build a lot on this. You know, that I could feel within the game the confidence level, not only in our young ones, but some of our old ones too. You know, they've been, you know, Sydney Crane did a lot for us, and they kind of sometimes watched what she did. they've got to be the drivers of the bus now. They've got to go out and do things. There isn't anybody on the team that has the same role as they did last year. And I could tell as we went through the game, everyone got more confidence.
All right, Coach, good win here, and re-rack it and do it again next time.
Yep.
Head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Step away, take another quick break, come back and get your boys game going here in just a little bit on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Joe Murphy of Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day.
All right, let's try one more time. BJ Harris, Dale Sherman back out here in Parsons. Lady Trojans did just get a win, 46-40. We talked to Coach Urlacher. I have no idea whether you got a chance to see that or not. Again, still battling through some issues here on our first game of the year. Dale and I ended their football season over in Parsons and actually pulled one out of a hat. I felt pretty good about that one, Dale, but boy, back to the Levette County area and not having a lot of luck over here. But hopefully we'll get this boys game on as the Trojan men will get ready to take on the Parsons Vikings. This is a hotly contested matchup, highly anticipated matchup, I should say, as the Trojan men coming off a co-CNC championship season a year ago. And Parsons Vikings a fourth place finish in the 4A Division II state tournament. Vikings will be without one of their best players, but they're still pretty good without him, and so we will see how that factors into this ball game. Talking with Coach Wes Scott about this team, and you know, he's got his known commodities, certainly with Caleb Nuya and Evan Troike. Ryder Worrell has stepped up into a big role for them, and he said he's really improved his game this offseason. And then Carter Doherty certainly has the size and athleticism to be a factor down in the paint. I told Coach Wes Scott, I said, if you can get Carter to play the way he played football this year, because at times Carter was the best player on the field in those football games, then you've got something for sure, and I fully expect him to do that. The key is going to be for the Trojans not to allow them to get out in transition. The question for the Trojans will be who steps into that number 5 role. Dylan Collins is probably going to get the start here tonight for the Trojans, but Zane Henderson will get some playing time. Caden Lolleman, who is certainly undersized but always athletic and loves to get mixed into the fray. And so we will see how the Trojan men handle the Parsons Vikings. They're going to try to keep them from getting out and running. That's where they are super dangerous, is in transition, flying up and down the floor. Coach also thought, you know, Evan Troike played football, Dale, and we were thankful for that. And he thought maybe it gave him a little bit of an edge that he maybe didn't have in basketball coming out here. You get to go out there and thump on people a little bit. He said he's been more physical and always a physical player, but even more physical. And foul trouble is going to be the thing to watch here. It's just not a real deep bench for the Trojans. Young at the 6, 7, 8 kind of spot, and so we will see how things get going here in this one. Trojans against the Vikings. We have the national anthem. We'll step away, take a quick break, come back and get going for the second half. Or excuse me, get back for the first half of this one as the Trojans take on the Vikings here on Girard Sports Line.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking.
The best place for your pregame or postgame meal is Bender on 7. The Bender has quickly become Girard's favorite restaurant with incredible specials like the famous Taco Tuesdays, 3 tacos for $1. Wednesdays, try the adult grilled cheese. Thursdays is chili dog day. And of course, Friday, game day, is steak tips after 5. Grab a friend, grab a drink, and grab a seat at the Bender on 7, where they're streaming Girard Sports Live right now. Bender on 7. Order now. 620-724-4860.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Right now, Call Service has a huge selection of hand-cooked tires, including hand-cooked Dynapro ATM. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service as their trucks crisscross Southeast Kansas, providing on-the-farm tire service daily. Plus, Call's is the first stop for lube and oil changes. Get back in the game with your new set of hand-cooked tires, never halfway. Available now at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
A yellow flag on your team is bad, but a yellow tag on your favorite new flooring or furniture, now that's awesome. Get to Derail Commodity for huge savings during their yellow tag inventory clearance sale. Renew the look of your home with steep discounts on all in-stock carpet, vinyl, hardwood, ceramic tile, and luxury vinyl tile flooring. Even in-stock furniture is on sale. Kick off your fall with new flooring and furniture during the yellow tag inventory clearance sale at Derail Commodity, with locations in Joplin, Butler, and Fayette, Missouri, as well as Independence and Brazelton, Kansas.
Here we go. Girard Trojans getting ready to take on the Parsons Vikings here on the road. Lady Trojans just won a moment ago. 46-40. Coach Urlacher was beaming after that ball game. I just felt like he really helped his team get off on the right foot. See if the Trojan men can do the same. For the Trojans, starting lineup for Girard. Will be number 4, Ryder Worrell, 5'11 junior. Number 10, Caleb Muya, 6'3 senior. Number 12, Dylan Collins, 6'1 senior. Number 50, Evan Troike, 5'10 senior. And number 55, Carter Doherty, a 6'5 senior. As he meets center court with number 32, Luke Wolgamott, 6'5 senior. One of the studs for them, Devontae Yates, 6'3 senior, will be in there. Patrick Lodholtz, 6'1 senior. Tate Robinson, a 5'11 senior, and Joel Scheibe, a 5'11 senior. Derek Williams, I believe, is injured, and they will not have him until after Christmas is the expectation, I believe. And so we will see how things shape up here. Opening tip-off. It's always brought to you by our friends at Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and buy your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or maybe even sign them up for classes. 620-724-8442 for Larrett Ceramics. Starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Open tip-off, Caleb Muya leaving things off against Yates. Going to be won by the Trojans. Collins will track it down and bring it up the floor from left to right. Top of the key for Troike. Swing it left wing for Worrell. Here's Collins, sets his feet, pulls it down, had an open look at it, and he throws it over there. He threw it for Troike, and Troike vacated, and there was Worrell. Helped him out there. Here's Evan, facing, driving, in a paint kick, walked with it. Good defense there by Ezekiel Lyons, 5'11 junior guard. He's working into that spot for Derek Williams. Left wing for Scheibe for Lodholtz. Lodholtz driving on Collins. Might be a mismatch there. Lodholtz, we had a really big ball games there at the state tournament for them. Just kind of an X factor for the really good baseball player. And helped him out on the football field as well. He'll inbound for the Vikes. Going in deep for Yates. Back to the top of the key for Wolgamott. Over to the right wing for Lyons. Here's Load Holtz. Free throw line. Covered up by Carter Doherty. Help came over there by Worrell. Now trying to drive his Lions. Dip off. Yates. Scoop up. Good. So 1 minute into this one. 2-0. Here goes Muya. Running the other end of the floor. Caleb. Over to Worrell. Ryder guarded by Scheibe. Shake. Kick. Corner. Drive. Elevate. Troike. Knocked around. Carter comes up there. Scoop with the right hand. Good. Good offensive board and put back by Carter Doherty. 6:33 to play. In the opening quarter, 2-2. Left side for Lions. Wrap around down inside for Wolgamott. Guarded by Doherty. Good defense by Carter. And Carter's going to pick up his first foul. His coach's fear was him going kind of at Carter like that, but that was pretty good defense, I felt, by Carter. The hard part is knowing when you're beat and when to keep fighting or when to just lay off. And at that point, maybe it would have been good to pull back and see if he was going to make that shot. Here's Wolgamott, first trips to the free throw line for either team, leaves it short off the front iron. 6:23 to play in the first quarter, 2-2 your score. Here's the second one from Wolgamott. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Muya. Missed opportunity there for the Vikings. And here comes Caleb from left to right. Guarded by Yates. That is a good matchup there, man. Watch those two battle it out. Yates nearly won that one. Muya will come back with it on the right wing. Now he's got a mismatch. He'll go baseline. Elevates. Foul. Fouled by Wolgamott, I believe. It is his first, team foul number 1.
That's his first personal foul.
6:09 to play first quarter, 2-2. Ready to come in is Pierce Thomas, 6'6" junior for the Vikings. Booyah missed the first one. Booyah only about a 62% free throw shooter a year ago. Certainly an area he can improve on. Not a lot of other areas he can improve on. Just 62% there. He's 57% from 2-point, 54% from the field. He'll switch that one 50-50 on the year right now. Trojans with their first lead of the season, 3-2, 6:05 to play. Dump off inside, Henderson fronting there and knocked it out of bounds. Last touch they're going to save off Pierce Thomas. Thomas 6'6", their biggest player. And he'll get it into backcourt. Over for Load Holtz. Back top of the key, Yates. Into the paint for Load Holtz. Henderson, good defense there again by Zane. This one pulled out of there by Worrell. Ryder, kick out for Troike. Here comes Evan. Up the far side in front of that Parsons student section on the left wing. Crossover. Nearly lost it. Good ball defense here by both teams. Caden Lulleman checked in at that last break as well for the Trojans. Muya facing up on Load Holtz. They got the switch they wanted. They'll go back over for Ryder. Coach says move the basketball. Unmistakable growl of Rod Westcott. Henderson, give it, stole it away. Long possession, nothing for it. There's Caden Lulleman. I think he led the team in interceptions in football. Nearly had another one, but that one's no good. And the and one there for Devontae Yates. And it will give the ball, or give them their lead back, 4-3, as Joel Scheibe will check back into the ball game. State law that there has to be a Scheibe enrolled at Parsons High School. And it's his turn. And Devontae Yates for the and one. Up. Good. 5-3 your score, 5:10 to play first quarter. You can already feel it. This is a late season environment already here in Parsons. Full court man-to-man pressure can be applied here by the Vikes. Get it for Henderson, they'll break it. Key to that press is get it to the middle of the floor. Drive, right or whirl. Get out of here. Knocked out of bounds by Daquan Johnson. Don't feel bad. That guy is probably the best athlete in the building. Inbound to the left corner for Whirl. For Lallemand. Handoff for Whirl. Ryder trying to shake off Scheibe. Here's Troike. Back to Lallemand on the right wing. Caden faces. Trying to shake him. Give off for Troike. Evan. This is one-on-one basketball over the floor. Troike will reset the offense, run a different one. Over to Whirl. Straight man-to-man for the Vikes. Ryder trying to shake off Scheibe. I think he's got an advantage there athletic-wise. Lallemand. Guarded up to Troike. Baseline jumper, no good. And last touch. Ooh, out of bounds by Caleb Muya. Thought that was off Johnson, but they called off Muya. Pierce Thomas will come out. And Ezekiel Lyons will check out of the ball game. Walgamot and Lodeholt's coming to the ball game for the Vikings. 4:17 to play in the first. 5-3 your score. Trojans trail by 2. Scheibe to bring it up for the Vikes. Off to the right side for Lodeholt's. Working on Muya. Dribbled off his foot. Sold away by Lallemand. Caden. The other floor into the floor. Lost his footing. Caden caught out. It's going to be off of the Vikings. They had a good fast break opportunity. Caden maybe just a little more confidence. Just, man, throw that up there and see what happens.
Yeah, at least get it off the backboard. See what happens.
See what happens when he goes flying through the air. Yeah, just like that. Inbound for Caleb Muya. That was no good. Gets his own rebound. He'll turn, go right back up. Hard fight with it. Up and good. Tie ball game 5-5. Coach lobbies for that foul. That may come to play later on in the game. Off right side for Scheibe. All tied up, just under 4 to play in the first. Walgamot trapped in the corner. Where's he going to go with it? Stolen away. Another Trojan steal. Helped out. Ooh, nearly. Good hustle there by Evan Troike. 3:41 to play. In this first quarter, we've already got a dandy. Inbound for Vontae Yates. Switch over there. Here's Scheibe working against Ryder Whirl. Over to the right side, Walgamot. There are good matchups all over the floor. Leaner, no good. Rebound, Carter Doherty. Big hands, go up there and grab that one. Then he runs up the floor. Whirl poking his way around, trying to figure out where he wants to go with it. Now he'll give way to Troike, and Evan will run the offense for the Trojans. 3:09 to go. All tied up at 5 in this first quarter. Carter, one dribble. Muya, good move to the rim with the right hand. Good! And one. Caleb Muya, that first step right there, Dale, was lightning.
He's quick to the basket.
He stepped across, and Yates had no clue.
You know, the physical play by Carter Doherty down low is huge. Just a big body down there, and they just can't go throw it over the top of the Trojans right now.
Caleb trying to get his and one here. Trojans up by 2. Trying to get their largest lead of the ball game. Can't do it. 1 for 2 on the night. 1 for 3, rather, for Caleb Muya. Off right side for Lyons. He'll pull the trigger on a triple, no good. Rebound pulled out by Ryder Whirl. Here come the Trojans. Collins going to run out in front. And he'll slow it back down over the Whirl. Here's Evan. Face up. Drive it. On Johnson. Back outside. Here's Ryder on Scheibe. And he'll scoot back off for Evan. Here's Carter. Oh, you got that paint, buddy. Take it to the rim. And he'll go back out around. 2:25 to play in the first quarter. Trojans lead 7-5. Trojans have had some long possessions, being real patient with it. Throw out and reverse it with Carter, and then no help comes to help Carter out. He wisely holds on to it until help does arrive. Ryder off the foot. Should have been kicked ball, and they finally do call it. Oh, no. Oh. No, White kicked it. Tough break there for the Trojans. 2:07 to play. In the first quarter, 7-5 your score. Ezekiel Lyons. Oh, threw it away. He zigged when he wanted him to zag, and out of bounds as Yates was intended for Johnson. It'll be Trojan basketball. 1:55 to play in the first quarter. Trojans lead at 7-5. Got to get it inbound. They'll throw it in deep for Mulia. Caleb will have to track it down. Working against Loadholtz. He'll face up, pull him out. Morrill all alone, sets his feet, fire three, swish. Looking right down the barrel of that one. Timeout going to be called by Coach Hauk. 10-5, Trojans' largest lead in the ball game is 5. With 1:43 to play in the first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Girard Trojan High School basketball on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Ten to 5, Trojans lead it. 1:43 to play in this first quarter. Vikings with the basketball. 3-point bucket by Ryder Whirl. His first points of the season. Up off inside for Walgamot. Carter Doherty, good defense there by Carter. Just get big. He stepped out of bounds. Trojan defense forces a turnover there. They've gotten Walgamot caught in that corner a couple of times. He has struggled to get it out of there. And you can hear Coach out saying, get it out of there. Man-to-man, full court pressure. Up to Whirl. Troike, Trojans maybe had some numbers. Evans going to spin himself into the rim. Leaner, no good. And a long rebound. Here comes Johnson. Henderson. Good shot off for Lions. Good. For Lions. 10-7. 1:16 to play first quarter. Troike with it. Wanted to go up top for Doherty. Couldn't get it. Now another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers by the Trojans. Lions pull up from the elbow. No good. And rebound to be determined. It's going to say it's in favor of the Vikings. Loadholtz will inbound here with 1:02 to play in the first. 10-7, Trojans up by 3. Down deep for Johnson. Loadholtz down inside trying to sneak one back door. And Mulia was there. Batted it away. It'll stay with the Vikings. 55 seconds to play in the first. Walgamot, top of the key. Johnson on the right side. Loadholtz shoals at the elbow. Help comes from Collins. Rises, shot no good. Rebound, put that back up there. No box out on the backside against Johnson, and they pulled back to within 1. 10-9. 37 seconds to play. Dump off inside Doherty. Help comes over by Loadholtz. Still loose and gathered up. 3 straight turnover trips by the Trojans, and they've all turned into buckets. Nearly. There's a missed opportunity there by Lions. Ryder will need to get out of help and get out of trouble. 19 seconds. Trojans up by 1. Ryder, shake and bake, screen from Doherty. Tip dish for Carter and another turnover. That's 4 straight trips without a shot on goal, I don't think. Caleb, steal there. 5 seconds for Caleb Leaner. Rattles it in. That's how we'll end the first quarter. Trojans led by as many as 5. And right now, they lead by 3 as we take our first quarter break. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Girard High School basketball. You're on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Here we go, second quarter of action from Parsons. Trojans lead by that score right there, 12-9. Here at the Parsons High School gym. It's a beautiful gym. I like these old gyms like this. They put a little work into it. Kept it nice, got that arc ceiling. Trojans line with the basketball. Start this with a little bit of momentum as well. Muya hit one with about 3 seconds left in that first quarter down to the paint. Trojans will have it. Choikey with it on the left side. He'll drive. Kick to the corner. Henderson blocked. Gathered up by Caden Lallman, though, to reset for the Trojans. Zine says, I wanted it. I'm taking it. He didn't pull it in that time. Now here comes Yates up the floor. They can cover some ground in a hurry, and they're going to call a charge on Yates. Carter, enough rest. He'll come back into the ball game and replace Henderson. Man-to-man press again going to be applied here for the Vikings, or by the Vikings. 7:33 to go first half. Trojans lead it by 3. Led by as many as 5. Burrow in the right corner. Top of the key for Choikey. Swing it over to Lallman. He'll give way to Ryder. Here's Evan. He'll put one on the deck. Nowhere to go with it. Needs some help. Here's Muya. Baseline. They left it open. Up off the glass. And it's good. It was going to be goaltending regardless on Thomas as he reached up there and grabbed the rim. Can't tell you how many times I got called for that one, Dale.
You and me both, my friend. I touched it once.
Accidentally touching the rim. You know, just hanging out up there.
I was on a ladder.
Trojans back in front by 5 briefly, and then maybe got a little lackadaisical on defense, and Yates wide open down low. 14-11. 6:52 to play in this first half, second quarter. Evan with it. Over to Worrell. Here's Muya. To Choikey. Ryder. Looking in Shivey. They'll cross him over. Ryder, baseline, stopped. Now a kick outside for Choikey, I think accidentally. High post for Doherty. Really patient. I think the idea for Coach Westcott is to slow down any momentum they might get and just run long half-court sets here offensively and frustrate them a little bit. But you got to get points. They had 4 straight turnovers down the floor without giving a basket up. Get a shot up. Help coming. They need it anyways for Choikey. He blows past Yates. Pull up. Free throw line. Leaner no good. Doherty, good hands. Up off the glass. Can't get it. Muya's there for the putback. Back in front by 5, 16-11, 5:53 to go second. There's a steal by Ryder Worrell. Quick hands there. Jumping out on that one and swatting it away from Smith-Reese. Julius Smith-Reese. Carter, up and good. Largest lead now is 7. Carter with those big paws are soft. Another near steal. There's Leaner by Loadholtz. He'll take it in, and Loadholtz for this team is a cooler. Anytime the other team's got some momentum, he'll just go take it back. Left side for Choikey. Lallman. Ryder on the right side. Lallman faces. Kick back outside. Swiftly over. Ryder pumping. Now he'll drive. Little runner with the right hand off the glass. No good. Rebound Muya. Muya is going to be called for travel.
I don't think the crowd liked that one.
No, they did not. Might be slightly biased on your side there. Where'd that water go you bought me, bud?
I got another one up here, my friend. There you go.
You're the man. Thanks.
Slightly used.
That's all right. Here's Henderson up in front court. Trojans get another steal. Turnover, forced turnover. Here's Collins, rather. It's Henderson. And a foul going to be called against the Trojans. See who they get that on. Zane Henderson gets called for his second. Team foul number 3. 18-13 Trojans lead by 5. 4:46 to play first half. They led by as many as 7 in the second quarter. Lions. Scheibe down inside. Thomas. Hassel. Scheibe. 3. Good. Here they come. Collins in transition. Lead's been trimmed back to 2. Collins sets his feet. Thought about it. Didn't take it. Move back around Henderson. Here's Troike. Collins. Carter. Shoot it. Outside for Lolleman. 4:09. Caden's maybe getting more minutes than I expected. And there's a near turnover. Now Dylan Collins got to recognize these guys are coming after that ball. They're not going to just let you have it. Getting aggressive. Collins kick back outside for Troike. Back to him. There's the speed. Johnson. Scoop. Good. And 1. That'll tie it and give the Vikings a chance to get the lead back. And Evan, if you're going to get that foul, might as well go get it. Evan picks up his first personal. Team foul number 4 on the Trojans. Vikings trailed by 7 a moment ago. This is a 7-0 run. 3:48 to play in this first half. Chance to take back the lead. They led in the first quarter. Trojans have had the lead here this entire second quarter. With Taquan Johnson at the stripe. It'll stay tied. Booyah rebound. Quickly up in front for Collins. They'll put on the deck, go baseline, pull up, little stutter step. Good! That's being aggressive. Trojans back in front by 2. 3:37 to play in the first half. Swiftly over to Scheibe. On Muya. Swatted away. Goodness gracious, he can get up there. Backside Walgamot. Can't get it to go. And over the back, they get away with that one perhaps. Let the Trojans get the ball. That's all that matters. 3:14 to play in the first half. 20-18. Skip pass over for Henderson to the corner. Open look at it. Muya partially blocked, I believe. And then out of bounds. Off of, they're going to see off authority. Carter is still dumbfounded. .302 to play. In the first half, quick trigger by Scheibe up and in. And the Vikings are in front. 21-20, 2:52 to play. In the first half. Here's a 3 by Lolleman trying to answer back, no good. Muya's going to pull down the rock. He'll take it. Scoop up and in. Good night. We had 3 different angles at that one. Why? It was hanging in the air. Trojans back in front, 22-21. We've got ourselves a dandy here in the first half of this one. Drive by Lions. Scoop up. That one's no good. Knocked around Muya with it. Trojans out in transition. Caleb crossing over. Pressure going to come. And they're going to call a block. Right. Helped out there a little bit, perhaps. A little bit out of control. They're going to give him. So the foul's going to be called on Yates, or Johnson, rather. I'm going to say it was on the floor. Yates will come back into the ball game. Caden Lolleman checks out as now they're going to say he was shooting. I'm confused. 2:21 to play in this first half. 22-21 is the score. All 2s and 1s up there. First free throw. Caleb's, I think, 1 for 4 on the night from the stripe. That's 25%, Dale.
Yeah, I got that.
Yep. Knocks that one down. And here come the Trojans back in front, 23-21. Scheibe got to keep on him. He's had 2 threes in this little run by the Vikings. There's a steal by Muya. He's going to push the issue quickly up in front. He's going to chase that one down. Oh, he did not know Evan was right there. He could have easily scooped it back to him. Now here come the Vikings. Back and forth we go. It's like a pinball machine. And a foul going to be called on Evan. That's his second. Troike fought through foul trouble at times last year. And I know it's probably going to be a point of emphasis for him not to get into that situation. So with 2 fouls with 2:02 to go, he'll probably sit down. Yep. And Dylan Collins will come back into the ballgame for him. Trojans up by 2, 23-21, 2:02 to go. First half. Inbound deep for Lodeholtz. Johnson on the right wing. Throw it up inside. They missed Yates, somebody who didn't have him, but nice dish for Lodeholtz. Good. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Houck. 23-23, minute 51 to play. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on your home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Minute 51 to play in the first half, 23-23. It's been a good one so far here in this one. As the Trojans and the Vikings have been back and forth. Trojans led by as many as 7 in the second quarter. Vikings went on a 7-0 run, and it's been a nip and tuck ever since. Troike over to Ryder World to the corner for Doherty. Starters on the floor for the Trojans. Collins to Troike. Evan over to World. Left wing. Vikings very good down. Good dish there. What good eyes there from Evan Troike. As Carter had worked his man, Yates got a mismatch there and pushed him. And a good look at it. Carter finishes it at the rim. 25-23. Here's Lodeholtz. He'll lean one. Partially blocked by Carter. I don't think Evan realized that it was off of Carter's fingertips. And let it go out of bounds. And so Evan's going to check back out, try to preserve him on the fouls. Just with 2, but can't be an issue. Throw it in deep. Like the best play of the night right there. Jumping so high to get that one from going out in the backside. Here's a 3 on the way. Good by Lions. And they're back in front by 1, 26-25. Under a minute to play now here in this first half. Trojans back with it, moving from left to right. Collins to the corner for Lallemand, guarded by Scheibe. Caden scoops it off for Collins. Dylan trying to slice through, scoop off. Little baseline jumper from Carter, no good. And then nearly stolen away by Caleb Muya. And it's gathered up by Johnson. Here comes Daquan Johnson in transition. He'll stop back now, 30 seconds. They may work for the final shot. They probably feel pretty good about themselves, just kind of biting their way back in here, fighting their way back in this one, and having a 1-point lead here with 20 seconds to play. Trying to work for the final shot are the Vikings. Johnson driving, 7 seconds. Kick it out for Lions. Lions who just dropped in a 3. Shot up no good. That was no good as well, and that's how we will go to halftime. 26-25. The Girard Trojans trail by 1 here to the Parsons Vikings. A game so far where the Trojans have had their chances and had some momentum at times. Right now, though, they do trail by 1. 26-25. We'll talk about it next here on the GN Bank halftime show. GN Bank, formerly Girard National Bank. New name, but still providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. We'll talk more about this when we return on the GN Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Line.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers. Parsons Vikings dance team entertaining the crowd here in Parsons, the Girard Trojans. Right now trail by 1 to the Vikings here on the road. Lady Trojans won earlier tonight. Got a good win, 46-40, and just the attitude of Coach Herlocker. You just tell he was excited about how that one went down. As the Trojans get a win 46-40. Dale, in his first half of this one so far, the Trojan men have had their chances. Just kind of let things go away, that run. And that team, this team of Parsons Vikings, they're going to have runs like that where they just get out and go and they get the momentum. The idea is to kind of stop that when it starts to happen. And I think the Trojans did a pretty good job of that.
No doubt about that, BJ. I think a big part of that is Caleb Muya being able to jump and get the rebounds on the offensive side, along with Carter Doherty down low. I think that's been the key for Girard.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversation would be, but with Coach Westcott, maybe we'll ask him after the ball game, but if you get it in the paint, shoot it, because if you miss it, there's a good chance number 10 is going to come down with a rebound. He's just so good down inside the paint. For some reason, he can get through those blockouts and can really be a force for them. And that's the Trojans back and forth in the first quarter. Vikings took an early lead, then they trimmed it down. Trojans led at the end of the first quarter, held the lead through a big portion of it. The Vikings got it here late. Trojans again led by as many as 7. That's a look at your eye on the game, brought to you by Kenara Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community. Kenara Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenara Eye Care, the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. Sub-state matchups came out. Dale?
They did?
Yep. Let me give you a riddle here. So here are the teams in the sub-state. Girard, Frontenac, Galena, Baxter, Riverton, Columbus, Cherryville, and Caney Valley.
How about we have a CNC regional?
Where do you think the sub-state's at?
Caney Valley?
You got it.
That a kid. Makes sense.
6 teams within 30 minutes of each other, and we're driving 2 hours for a sub-state. That there's a chance that the team that's hosting will not be in it by that time. Now, I think they do play a first-round play-in game. where the top 4 teams will host the bottom 4 teams. It has been a long time since we had an 8-team sub-state. That just came out yesterday. And so helps viewership perhaps to be 2 hours away, so we'll see about that. But hopefully the Trojans get the chance to go to that, make that trip to Caney Valley later on in the season, 20 games from now, in fact, as this is game number 1. We'll have 4 games here in the regular season before we take a break for Christmas, and that's always looked upon by coaches as a blessing and a curse. Depends on where you're at on the season, whether you're flying high or need a chance to reset and relook at things. And I'd say right now both teams feeling pretty good about where they're sitting. Just 1 game into it, but we'll be back in action. Of course, this we'll wrap it up for the week, but back in action on Tuesday to the friendly confines of Frank Jameson Field. Has he made both of them?
He made one of the 3s there,
And should have shown that, I guess.
I was on it, BJ.
You were, but I wasn't.
Young man from Girard there.
Did he win anything?
$25 and a gift bag, I believe.
Oh, I'll take that.
Hey, that's supper on the way home.
That's right. But anyways, Trojans back in action against Liberal, hosting them on Tuesday next week. We'll have that game for you. And then they have 10 days off, all the way until a week from that following Friday. And so at Galena and then at Lebec County to close things out here in the first part of the season. So Trojans just with one home game in this 4-game stretch to get things started, but then a pretty favorable schedule from there on out. Again, it's a double round robin in the CNC, and so we will play both teams home and away, or all teams home and away throughout the season in the CNC, and then at the Wilson County Classic, of course. I believe this year it should be hosted at Neodesha. I think it's been Fredonia back-to-back years, but I think they were working on some gyms there at Neodesha, and hopefully we'll be home with the Blue Streaks for the Wilson County Classic. We'll step away, take another quick break. We'll come back, get second half action coming. We'll talk more about this one and more when we return. You're watching the GN Bank Halftime Show on your home for Girard Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Line.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
G&W Foods is the one-stop shop for everything you need to feed the family. With a great selection of quality, fresh, and delicious foods, you're sure to find something to satisfy every appetite. With friendly and knowledgeable staff, the folks at G&W Foods can help you find what you need so you can get in, get out, and on your way with your day. Plus, don't forget G&W Foods for the great daily lunch specials. Open 7 days a week. Check out their weekly Facebook-only specials. The G&W Foods family super wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Back on the GN Bank halftime show, the Girard Trojans lead it here 20 trail rather by one, 26-25. And we're almost getting ready to get the second half started. Trojans again led a good portion of it in that second quarter, led by as many as 7, but a 7-0 run by the Vikings closed it, and then it was just back and forth there for a little bit down the stretch. Vikings finally grabbed the lead and held it for the final shot. Didn't get it to go down, but hold this 1-point lead right here. I fully expect this Parsons team to be in the mix in this 4A later on this season. Again, they're without the services of Tariq Williams. And they'll miss some of these guys, these seniors, Joel Scheibe, Luke Wolgamont, and certainly Devontae Yates and Pat Lodeholtz. But Tariq Williams, DeQuan Johnson, Ezekiel Lyons, those guys are just juniors.
Wow.
And so, yeah, they'll be here for a while. Trojans have that core group of seniors. And then they've got some youngsters they're going to be sprinkling in throughout this season. 4 of them on the floor to start this second half. (26-25), Trojans trail by 1. Vikings off the basketball as we get started here in the second half. Down inside for Lodeholtz. Facing on Collins. Catch by Lyons. Bangs past baseline, up and good. That's a nice small move there by Yates. Good give and go. Here comes Shoiki against Lyons. 28-25, one of the largest leads the Vikings have had tonight. Collins with it on the right wing. Over to Worrell. Ryder needs to shoot more, I believe. They've done a good job keeping him quiet and closing out on him. Here's Muya catching. Blocked. Gathered up. Caleb back up with it. Caleb just keeps on fighting. Back to within 1, 28-27. 7:16 to go, third quarter. Lyons sets his feet. 3, no good. Missed it badly. Then lots of contact. Gets away with it. Lyons hit 2 threes in that run that the Vikings had. Here's Yates, another baseline. Is Muya foul. First foul on Muya. Team foul number 1 as well. Inbound to Lodeholtz. Back out Lyons. Here's Scheibe. Scheibe will drive. Kick. Lodeholtz. Back outside. Lyons, 3 on the way. This was much better than the previous one from the other corner. 31-27. 4-point lead for the Vikings. Muya to Worrell. Up across on the right wing. Collins out around midcourt. Here's Caleb at the elbow. Little leaner. No good. And rebound pulled out of there. Trojans better get a bucket here. Get a stop here and then get a bucket. Scheibe pump fake. Steps around. 3 on the way. This was no good. Rebound Carter. Doherty will pull it down. Here comes Troike. Troike. Little stutter step with left hand. Scoop. Good. Little floater. Lots of contact. He wanted a foul. Didn't get it. 31-29. 6:10 to go, third quarter. On to the right corner for Lyons. Here's an elevate for Lyons. Good. He has kept him in this ball game. Somebody left the door open, and I like it. It's cooled off dramatically inside this gym. The big guy was starting to sweat, Dale.
Heat rises, bud. I'm sweating buckets up here.
Here's Troike in the paint, just trying to fight for something. Another one he gets to go with lots of contact. And a timeout will be taken with the Trojans down by 2, 33-31, 5:38 to play. Trojans trail by 2, trying to keep pace with this Parsons Vikings team. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball. You're home for Trojan Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
33-31, Girard Trojans trail by 2, 5:36 to play in the third quarter here on the road at Parsons. Off to the right corner. Driving, Loadholtz, Gibbs, stolen away Trojans. Up in front. Right whirl. Up off the glass. Good. Trojans have tied it back up at 33 apiece. Quan Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Trojans trying to get a trap out around midcourt. They nearly have it. Give away. Going to drive there is Julius Reese-Smith. And another turnover. Here's Muya in transition. Caleb, foul.
Intentional.
And they do call an intentional foul. The intentional foul when they give hugs afterwards. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
It's probably a little premature on the official to call that one, but I think he might have got a little bit of ball. That's a tough one, but they're going to call it on Lyons. His first personal. Team foul number 1 on the Vikings, and so Caleb will shoot a couple to try to tie this or try to take the lead back for the Trojans. And he left it short. Caleb is not had a very good night from the free throw line. Other than that, it's been pretty good. And here is the other one, up and good. Trojans back in front, 34-33. Then they'll get the ball back as well here with 5 minutes exactly to go in this third quarter. Up by 1. Gordy will go get it to inbound for the Trojans. Here it is, corner. So much contact. Evan's just begging for a foul. Can't get one. Now Ryder World's going to have to get it. Dylan Collins will come over help. Here's Evan on the corner. Troike moving around through Worrell over to Gordy. Now it's pumped out of his hands. Carter somehow passes it to himself. That's should have been, if he makes that, that's an assist to himself. Up in front for Johnson, though. Here they go. Make quick work of that floor. Kick to the corner. Wide open look at it for Lyons. No good. Worrell comes out of there with it. And now a foul. It's going to be a foul against Loadholtz. And Troike is just beside himself, I think. You can't tell it because he pretty much has the same expression on his face no matter what's happening, but there's some frustration there. Just he cannot buy any foul. There's so much contact they let get away on him. 4:24 to play in the third quarter. Trojans up by 1. Lallman out against Scheibe. Pretty good matchup there. Worrell drives past, scoop off Lallman. Caden over to go with it. Back outside for Troike. Oh, another turnover and a foul. We'll see who they got that on.
It's going to be off Troike.
If it is, it's his third. They do. The old turnover and foul immediately. That's happens all the time.
Coach tell Lallman to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Got to get it up there.
Got to be quick about it before anybody comes over to get there that has a little size on him. But, yeah, he had a chance for sure. 4:02 to play. In the third quarter, Trojans up by 1. They've had a couple of forced turnovers, have the Trojans. Defensively, Lions, baseline, and a foul. Going to be on Lallman, I believe, on that baseline. And it is team foul number 3. Caden picks up his first personal foul with 3:53 to play in the third quarter. Trojans up by 1. Going in for Johnson. Scoop off for Yates in the paint. Kick. Scheibe, 3. No good. Rebound. Ryder Worrell. Ryder has been in the heart of that defense. He's come down with a lot of boards. He'll push. Lallman on the right corner. Collins, he'll drive. Little runner. And the paint good. Rattles in. Nice move. Dylan Collins. Trojans up by 3. 36-33. Scheibe nearly threw it away. Johnson trying to track it down. Hot feet from the stripes. Kick back outside for Lions. Into the paint. One more pass. That extra pass. Nice. Yates lays it up and good. Back to a 1-point game. 36-35 Trojans. 3:08 to go in the third. Off to Worrell. Now Henderson on the right corner. Zane nowhere to go with it. He needs help. That's batted away. Holy cow. A deflection pass from the defender. And the Trojans lead at 38-35, 2:50 to play. Glad we got video. I could not have explained that.
I got it.
Here on the corner. Missed it badly. Rebound, Muya. Trojans going to keep the pressure on him. Just keep running. Not a lot of teams will match up and do this with the. There's Evan spinning. And they're going to say he walked with it. He'll get a break. Evan will come back in with those 3 fouls. 2:35 to play in the third. 38-35 Trojans up by 3. Johnson, ball's loose. Scheibe, jump off inside, a foul. Zane Henderson pushing in on DeQuan Johnson into the ball game for the Vikings. Is it Trevor Strathy? Henderson picks up his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 3 on the 4 on the Trojans. The 3 up, no good. And a rebound by Lodeholtz, put back up and good. And they say, coach says, Carter, get in there. I need some size in the paint. Off to Lallman. Caden on the right wing. Back around, they'll swing it. Reverse to the left side for Collins. Collins to Troike. 2:06 to go. Down up by 1. Troike, kick. Collins, open look at it. Down the barrel. Good! Nice catch and fire by Dylan Collins. Trojans up by 4. And a foul. Henderson's 4th. Henderson picks up his 4th personal foul. Minute 55 to play in the 3rd quarter. 41-37. We've had a dandy. We have 2 dandies here tonight. Over to Lodeholtz on the left wing. Skip pass, far side. Knocked out of bounds by Dylan Collins. Tell you what, Dylan's come to play tonight. He's had some big shots when they've gone down. Caleb gets a short breath. He barely stopped panting, and he'll be back into the ball game here to replace Ryder. Or we'll get a quick flow.
Ryder's not been out much at all tonight.
Nope. Did a good job for him. Here's Johnson, blows past Muya. Scoop with the left hand, missed it. Rebound, Collins. Dylan's going to run it. Up the floor he goes. Dylan Collins in transition on the left wing. Back around they'll go, Lallman. To Muya on the right corner. Here's Collins, catch, drive, wide open look at it. Troike, 3 on the way, good! 44-37. Trojans back in front by 7. This is matching their largest lead of the ball game. Scheibe threw it out of bounds. And it will go back to the Trojans with 1:55 to play in the 3rd. The Vikings trimmed a 7-point lead down to nothing, and they took the lead at the end of the first half. Trojans have grown it back out to 7. Here's Lallman on the right wing. Lallman help on the right side for Troike. And Evan just wants to reset. Evan's back has not been good since he went down on a lot of contact, and he's in some pain. Not good to have him out of the ball game here in a tight one. 57 seconds to play in the 3rd, 44-37. Ryder whirl with some help. Throws it in for the big fella. Somehow Dylan Collins hits the dirt hard. And back outside for Caden Lallman, trying to shake off Johnson. Scoop it off for Muya. Caleb going to go to work. Finally some foul called out high. That one's against Trevor Strath. His first. Team foul number 3. No, they're not going to get on Strath. They're going to get on 33. Official called the foul and couldn't remember what number.
That happens.
Oh, I know that. I've walked into the kitchen on numerous occasions, couldn't remember what I went in there for. There's a near steal, was a steal. DeQuan Johnson threw it away, did Muya on the inbound. Here comes Johnson in transition, steps through, nearly blocked, partially blocked by Carter Doherty, and then the big fella comes out of there with it. Trojans a stop when they needed one there. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd, up by 7, 44-37. Coach says hold it. Screen comes. Ryder trying to get out of trouble, threw it away. They're super athletic. You got to take care of the basketball. Lyons makes it. 44-39. They'll put some pressure on. 16 seconds to play. 10 seconds. Muya, isolate. On Johnson. Leaner. And a charge.
Oh, what a good acting play there.
(44-39) Trojans. And how about some first minutes for Logan Thomas, a 6'1 sophomore, going to check into the ball game here with 4.9 seconds to play. Just make sure Caleb doesn't pick up his third foul. Quick work of it. Lyons says he'll throw one up at the buzzer. He's trying to draw contact, can't get it, and that's how we'll go to the fourth. Trojans clawed back into it, led by as many as 7. They lead by 5, and we head to the final quarter of play in this one. The Girard Trojans trying to sneak out of Parsons with a sweep. See if they can hold on to the second half. We'll return. You're watching Here we go, fourth quarter of this one. 44-39, Girard Trojans lead it by 5, 7:47 to go, just underway here in this fourth. Apologies again, that one fighting through it here in game number 1 of this basketball season. Trojans are playing well, though. Caleb Muya with it, elevating in the paint. Little leaner, good, and the foul. And a foul's going to be called against Scheibe. And Caleb will shoot the and one. 7:38 to go. Trojans up 46-39, up by 7. Shot here from Muya, a chance to put them up by 8, their largest lead of the ball game. 7:38 to play in the game. Off to the right corner. Swing it back around, Scheibe, 3 on the way. Good, man. Some gutsy shooting from Joel Scheibe. And it's going to be a foul against the Trojans.
5 seconds.
Oh, 5 seconds. Rather, trying to get it inbound. So Vikings will have it here with 7:11 to play. There's a turnover. Top of the key for Muya. He'll face. Under 7. Elevate. Leaner, no good. And knocked it out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. It will go back to the Trojans. There was 6:54 to play in the ball game. Leading it 47-42 is Girard. Dylan Collins getting ready to come back to the ball game. Ryder whirl, 3 on the way. No good. Riders can't wait till the fourth quarter to start shooting those. Other end of the floor, 2-hand jam for Devontae Yates. And with emphasis, pulled him back to within 3. Jeez Louise. Stolen away. Yates going the other way. Now a foul.
Going to get Troike for his 4th.
Nope. They get it on Ryder World. That's a big one. It's just his first personal foul. The Vikings will have it, though, here with 6:30 to play in the ball game. 47-40, 47-44, rather. Trojans leading it. They're going to shoot 2, actually. Can't believe they didn't call that on the floor. If it was on Whirl, it was out here at the top of the key. And Yates knocks down the first one. Chance to pull into within 1 here from the free throw line. Trojans led by 8 just a moment ago. I'm telling you what, we said that at halftime. It's just a game of runs. And here's the other one from Yates. Rattled it in. 47-46. Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead. 6:30 to play. This one's been close all night long. Troike with it. skip it or pass it over there for Collins. Collins trying to drive on Yates. Evan down inside for Doherty, and a foul going to be called on Lodeholtz, as that's going to be team foul number 5 on the Vikings.
The foul is number 13, Patrick Lodeholtz. That's a second personal.
Just his second. 6:15 to play in the ballgame. 47-46. Trojans up by 1 with the basketball. Lodeholtz will check out. Wolgamott will come in. And here's Muya to inbound. Going into the corner for Worrell. Guarded by Lyons. Over to Muya. Muya. Worrell. Good look at it. 3 from the top of the key. No good. Missed it. And rebound pulled out of there. Vikings with a chance to take back the lead. Jaquan Johnson, just hard contact going to the paint. Carter's got to spin his head around there and try to take that charge because Johnson was going to shoot that ball. That was coming in. He was coming in to lay that ball up. There was no doubt about it. And so it will be Johnson going back to the free throw line to shoot 2. And a timeout going to be taken by Coach Westcott. Timeout on the floor by the Trojans. We'll take it along with him. Trojans clinging to a 1-point lead.
Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Watching the ball. 47-46, 5:57 to play in the ball game. Trojans lead by 1. Jaquan Johnson at the free throw line to try to get the Vikings back in front. And he knocks down the first one to tie it, 47-47. The Trojans led by as many as 8 here in this fourth quarter. And the Vikings have trimmed it down. Tied a ball game, though, couldn't take the lead. They have not taken it back since the Trojans had it, but it's been tied a couple times here. Muya on the left wing. He'll go baseline. Leader off the glass, can't get the finger roll. Fights for his own rebound. Helped out. Dylan Collins will come away with it. Ryder Worrell thought about it on the right wing. Faced against Scheibe. Showing Muya. Caleb. Got one maybe up and down. Maybe got away with one there, but he'll get it. Trojans back in front by 2. 5:33 to play. Baseline, Scheibe. Step around. Johnson stripped from behind. He'll keep it. Kick back out. Scheibe wide open looking at 3. No good. And gathered up by Muya. Helped out by Carter Doherty. Caleb going to slow it down. 5:16 to play. In the game. 47-49. Collins somehow got past him. Finger roll with the left hand. Good. Dylan Collins some big minutes here, the starter tonight. And he helps the Trojans back in front by 4. Scheibe to Johnson on the left corner. 51-47. Just under 5 to play. Wolgamott baseline. Lost it. And they're going to call foul on Evan Troike. That will be his 4th. And a cheap one at that. Evan digging down deep. He reaches that back every once in a while. It's not ideal. Zane Henderson will trade 4 fouls for 4 fouls as Henderson will check out of the ball game. And Wolgamott going to the free throw line to shoot 2. 1-and-1 rather. Nearly stolen away. It was stolen away. Carter gets in there and stops him, but gathered back up by Lyons on the corner. And he'll call timeout. He knew he was going to get trapped, and he calls timeout. And so it'll be a timeout by the Vikings. This will just be a 34-42 to play. 51-47. Trojans lead by 4. This has been a dandy, Dale.
It's been back and forth all night. Some great basketball between Muya. Rebounding. Wow, can he go up and read that ball off the rim? Gets his own rebound a lot of the times. And once again, the big man, Carter Doherty, down low, blocks almost a dunk there. It looked like he might have come up with it. So great job by Trojans tonight hustle.
You don't want to put too much pressure on somebody, but I think the success of this team, you know what Caleb's going to do, and a lot of teams are going to focus on him. And Evans going to be there. Obviously, Ryder, I just think he needs to get his confidence up shooting the ball. But I think as Carter goes, this team will go. His minutes in the paint, how much of a force he can be down low, will really set the tone for this Trojan team. And so far tonight, it's been a nice one for him. Back we go. 4:40 to play now, 51-47. Trojans up by 4. Vikings with the basketball. On the right wing, down the lines, baseline jumper on the way. You'll give him that, but he knocks it down. He hasn't missed very many times when he's pulled the trigger. Back to a 2-point ball game, 51-49. 4:23 to play. Approaching the midway point of this fourth quarter. Help. Mulia. Backing. Caleb. Elevating. Couldn't get it to go. Boy, the lid's been on it for Caleb the last few attempts he's made. There they go to the corner. Catching Yates. He'll drive baseline. Stolen away by Caleb Mulia. Just stole it. Pickpocket style. He'll slide past Yates. Here we go. Caleb. Elevate. He wants one. He got it. Got to feel like he could do that almost every time down the floor sometimes. Trojans back up by 5. 53-48. 3:44 to play in the ball game. Johnson over to Yates. To Lodeholtz. Left wing. Left corner. At the high post. Kick. Open look at it for Johnson. No good. Rebound. Henderson throws it out for Collins. The run out for Dylan Collins. He'll lay it up with the right hand. Good! 55-48. 3:25 to play in the ball game. Trojans in front. Back in front by 7. Johnson with it on the right wing to the right corner. Lodeholtz working his way in there. Skip it outside left wing for Lions. Back to Johnson trying to go in. Kick backside Walgamont. Shot up and good. Good ball movement there by the Vikings. Trojans get past this pressure. Vikings starting to wear down a little bit physically perhaps. You see him a little tuckered. On the right wing. Backside. Trying to go for a right at whirl and a little too much muster on it perhaps. Think about that, Dale, this Vikings team, just the turnaround they had in football and the run that they had to end in the second round against Sabetha here at home, and they were a team that was bad. Didn't win a lot of games for a lot of years, and they went a long run. Well, they only had about 2 weeks off before basketball season started. And so all these guys were contributors. Most of these guys were contributors. Here's a 3 on the way, no good. That's a board you got to come down with. Rebound Walgamot. Here's Scheibe step around. Back to line, so take it and re-rack it. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound Mulia. Caleb out in front. Ryder Whirl run to the floor. Ryder with the backhand right. Layup with the right hand. What a shot by Ryder Whirl. 2:20 to play. Trojans lead it by 7 once again. 57-50. 2:15 now. Here's Scheibe. Yates on the left wing. Yates baseline. Steps back through. Blocked by Carter. Knocked around. Loose ball. Lodeholtz comes away with it. And Zell knocked around and out of bounds off Zane Henderson. Zane's like, I didn't touch it. And the guy's like, yeah, you touched it.
Yeah, you touched it.
And here comes a timeout by Coach Houck. It's a full, we'll take it. Trojans lead it by 7. Here on the road, 2:02 to play in the ball game. We're back at 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
$57-50, 2:02 to play in this ball game. Trojans up here on the road. Lady Trojans won earlier tonight, 46-40. Maybe felt like a bit of an upset. This one certainly would too, but I think everybody knew this was going to be a really good ball game between two really quality teams. And Trojan men trying to get off on a good stop. But 2:02 is a long time against a team like this that can score in bunches. They've closed a 7 8-point lead. They've closed an 8-point lead in this ball game. One in the first half, one in the second half. Here's Scheibe, top of the key. Kickoff into the paint. Slam dunk. Pretty awesome. Monte Yates up the floor. Caleb trying to, he got to get some foul call. Open look at it. Dylan Collins thought about it, pulled it down wisely. He'll get it back. This one he's going to have a hard time passing up, but he does wisely again. Zane Henderson on the right wing. Kickoff right side for Carter, or for Ryder Whirl. Caleb double teamed. And a 5 count will be called against him. Going to call a timeout. They're going to give Coach a timeout. Coach Hack didn't like it. And he's about to get a technical. They're going to get a timeout for Coach Westcott. Coach Hauk walked right up to that line and looked over it. But a 5-point game can't afford to get one there. They wanted the 5 count. Did Coach Hauk and Coach Westcott got that timeout just in time. That was exciting. Minute 26 to play in the ball game. 57-52 Trojans up by 5. They've led by as many as 8 here in the second half. They led by as many as 7 in the first half, but trailed by 1 at halftime. Grew their lead by 8. And the Vikings closed that gap, took the lead back. And then the Trojans have led by as many as 7 here down the stretch. But right now it's 5-point. It's tenuous, to say the least.
Ball control, BJ. We need to control the ball. Eat some of this time off.
I think that's a pretty good plan. A couple times Dylan Collins there had a chance to look down the barrel of a 3, and he pulled it back a couple of times, and that's a good thing. Just can't turn it over. Minute 26 to play. Collins to inbound. Needs help now. They'll get it to Muya. Caleb over to Henderson. Back outside for Whirl. Here's Collins. Over to Whirl in the left corner. Muya in the paint. This is when they would get it down there. Might take a shot. Back outside the goal. Minute 11 to play. And a foul going to be called on Lions. And it will be foul number 6 on the team. So they will just keep the ball with the Trojans. Next one they will shoot. 1:09 to play in the ball game. 57-52. And Coach Hauk wants a timeout. We'll keep it here once again. Back in action on Tuesday as the Trojans welcome in the Liberal Bulldogs. And then at Galena on the 14th. So they'll play on the 4th and then won't play again until the 14th. And then Monday, December 17th at Levette County. And then the break and then begin things at home on January 4th for CNC action. That'll be the second CNC game because Galena, remember, we used to play these CNC teams like Baxter, Galena, oftentimes in the early season, but they didn't count as conference games. Now they will because of the double round robin. So if you win the CNC this year, you earned it because you played everybody twice.
Well, the bad part about that, BJ, is we're going to play everybody twice in regular season and then go into a regional and play them again.
Yeah, possibly. Yep. Homecoming, for what it's worth, Friday, January 25th. Put that on your calendar. Senior nights, February 21st against Oswego. At home, obviously. 57-52, 1:09 to play in the ballgame. Trying to get it inbound here for Ryder Whirl. They do. Collins with it, trying to shake and bake. Over to Whirl on the left wing. Ryder. Now he'll be fouled. That'll be foul number 7 on the team. And so Ryder will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Lyons picks up his 3rd foul. Ryder Whirl last year from the free throw line. Not a lot of attempts, 65%. Last year. 1 minute exactly on the clock. 57-52 your score. Trojans lead by 5. Parsons Vikings appear to be gassed. I think everybody is a little bit. This is a big one early on. Ryder, big shots there from the junior. .58-52, 6-point ball game. 1 minute mark of the fourth quarter. Swish. 59-52. Trojans back in front by 7. Yates driving on Doherty. Scooped up good. Man, dudes are good. Timeout going to be taken. 53.6 seconds. Trojans lead by 5. This Parsons Vikings team, again, I mentioned, they're a fourth-place team from a year ago at the 4A Division II tournament, and everybody back. Every single person who contributed to that team is back. So this is no small feat if the Trojans can pull this off. All the Vikings are out. Vikings are out of timeouts. The Trojans have 1 timeout remaining. 53.6 seconds to play. This is one way to get it started, Dale.
Yeah. Nothing like a big old challenge match to start the whole season.
Again, Lady Trojans won at 46-40 earlier this evening. Nice game by Gabby Sands. She knocked down some big fourth quarter threes. And Jada Valley defensively was very good, offensively as well. And then some freshmen stepped up big tonight. Names we'll get to know here over the next 4 years. Really good effort tonight all around for the Lady Trojans. Faith Poland, Serena Short, a couple of those freshmen that got in and had some good minutes. 5-point ball game, 53.6 seconds to play. Trojans up. Worrell trying to run out up to Collins. Collins going to be fouled. And Dillon will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 46.6 seconds to play now. Collins was a 75% free throw shooter from last year. 3 of 4. Front side of a 1-on-1. Good. Big shot there. Back to a 6-point ball game, 60-54. 46.6 seconds to play. I want a coach cam. It's just on.
I don't think we can have a Coach Mike, though.
No, but a Coach Cam would be good. Lost it. Loose ball, right, and Worrell forced that one. But then Johnson came away with it. Got the bucket and the foul. Goodness gracious. About 3 opportunities for a turnover there for the Trojans. And that's Zane Henderson's 5th. And so where's Coach going to go on the bench? Looks at Caden Lolleman. It's very inexperienced from that point on. And so that's going to send Quan Johnson to the free throw line to shoot the and 1. A chance to pull the Vikings within 3 here with 39.7 seconds to play. Here's the attempt. No good. Rebound, Muya. Poked out of there, but a foul. Nearly wasn't a foul. 37.8 seconds to play. 1/10 of a second run off the clock.
That's it.
Oh, that's impressive.
It is.
You know, you play that game with the stopwatch and try to stop it like right to get only run 1/10 of a second off. It's pretty impressive. 60-56, 4-point ball game. Trojans up. Louis at the free throw line. Missed it. He has made 1 free throw, I believe, tonight. 4-point game. Here goes Yates. Down the floor. Shot up good and the foul.
Charge it. Quality charge.
You got to step over and take it. And so now he'll have a chance to pull him to within 1. 32 seconds to play in the ball game. And Devontae Yates going to the free throw line to shoot the and 1. Back-to-back and 1 opportunities for the Vikings. 32 seconds to play, and Evan Troike is going to have to come into the ball game here with 4 fouls and a back hurt. And that pulls him to within 1. 60-59, 32 seconds to play. Gotta get it inbound, take care of the basketball, and make your free throw shots here. Timeout. Coach is going to take his final timeout right here. 60-59. Vikings with all the energy right now inside their home gym. And Trojans have led by as many as 8 in this fourth quarter. They've led by as many as 5 just here late. And right now it's a 1-point game, 60-59. 32 seconds to play. It's tough. I tip my hat to Coach Freese. They talked a little bit about football earlier, Dale, but to do what they did, to turn a program around like that, you know, Girard's always had their ups and downs, but there haven't really ever been any barren years where you just go over for 3 or 4 years in a row. I'm thinking the history of Girard High School has ever been that way in football. But to try to get people re-racked, to get people refocused and recommitted to a program, that's hard to do, especially this day and age.
You know, after 42 years of no playoff games, never winning a playoff game, and winning 2.
Right.
You know, that is really, and Coach Freese was there at Girard when I was a freshman, sophomore. Boy, he really gets his guys fired up and does a great job here.
Yeah, they got the right guy, for sure. 60-59. They're over to the scores table now to discuss something. They were trying to get the officials' attention right before they called the timeout. Right before they put the ball back in play. Coach is trying to stick his ear in to hear what they're saying. Just inching over, little by little. And now they'll call on the officials.
I'll just follow them around, see how many they get together.
Curious. I think they're questioning Evan Troike's eligibility, perhaps, that he didn't have 5 fouls, maybe. I don't know what that was. They get it into Ryder where Ryder nearly loses his footing. Now he'll go down and stop. And they're going to call jump ball. That's the fastest jump ball I've ever seen. It's Trojan basketball on the alternating possession.
That was quick.
That was real quick. And so 25.4 seconds now. Trojans trying to avoid being housed here. 60-59. They're up by 1. Evan to get it in. He'll throw it in deep. Trick Muya. Caleb hold. That was him. I'd foul him. Over to Muya. He'll get fouled. And that's on Daquan Johnson, but that will send Caleb to the free throw line to shoot 2, and he needs to make some free throws.
Been a rough night for Caleb at the line, but pressure time.
Well, with our technological difficulties here tonight, I didn't keep stats like I always do. I like to keep those and kind of know where we're at, but I think he's probably 1 of 7 maybe. 1 of 7, 1 of 8 perhaps. And that one was the first one I think he took. 20 seconds to play. Trojans up by 1. Caleb Moody at the free throw line to shoot 2. And so Muya will go back to the free throw line here to try to make 1 to make it a 2-point game. Dance it. That's a big one. And don't leave it open. 3. Caleb nearly gets a steal. He does. That's gathered up on the right side. Here's Lyons. Dished it off the glass. Good. Tie ball game. 61, 6 seconds. Collins has got to get something in. They'll throw it into Muya. Caleb to put one up at the buzzer. Oh, he nearly got it.
They have to get them off the court. They can't have the extra people out there.
I think they're arguing the score. I think they're arguing the score, perhaps. The broadcaster to my right is, I've been doing this for 17 years. I've never acted like this. The near steal by Caleb Muya, there should have been contact called on that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
As he was nearly knocked out of bounds by the defender. It's been very inconsistent, to say the least. It's been kind of on both sides, but inconsistent. But listen, the person who's asking these questions has one of the players' names on the back of their shirt.
Yeah.
That's probably not ideal. Now, I'm not saying anything, but the officials are going to pull this thing together. I'm quite concerned about how this is going to transpire.
BJ, you've got an easy way out of here. I'm up in the top deck here.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You might just want to hunker down, and I can throw you some bags to maybe build a fortress. Just pull Whirl over there. Jerry's fine.
Yeah,
He'll protect you.
I got a lot of good help.
They're going to jump it. Well, they're just going to say no harm, no foul, I reckon. Each team gets one timeout. They'll put 4 minutes on the clock, 61-61. Muya against Yates to lead things off. Bonus time here, week number 1. It'll be won by the Vikes as they go from left to right. 61 all. 4 minutes to play. Scheibe. Back over for Lions. Here's Johnson. Yates. That's what's frustrating to me, is that's a foul.
Yeah.
But because it's late in the game and a lot of energy and momentum and stuff, they don't call foul down here. It's just, it's easy to pick on officials and stuff. It's tough in real time, but this is a veteran crew. I've seen all these guys work. They know what they're doing. It's just when the gym starts rocking and the emotions get into it, sometimes it's tough to blow that whistle. Now in the first part of overtime, that's not really as much of an issue. 3:45 to play here in this overtime game. 61-61. Missed them both. It'll stay tied. Dylan Collins will track one down. Foul trouble could be an issue now on this one. It has been for the Trojans. Evan Troike and Zane Henderson. Evans trying to stay loose with that back. He's got 4 fouls. Henderson fouled out with 5. Trojans on the short bench. Here's Collins. You got to go from that stall idea that they had to scoring now.
Yeah.
Collins, he'll pull the trigger on a 3 from the top of the key. Bounces up, no good. Rebound. The shortest guy on the floor. The tallest guy on the floor gets the second rebound. They're going to call it jump ball.
They're going to call it travel.
They're going to travel on Carter Doherty. He got tangled up there with somebody on that shot attempt. And it'll go back to the Vikings here with 3:13 to play. KOM came to shoot this one for sports. Andy Ciateco up there shooting. Usually they come get about 10 minutes of game film and leave. She's been here the whole time. Into the paint. Lodeholt shot up. Good. Vikings are in front by 2. 2:51 to play in overtime. Trojans trying to shake off the energy of this crowd. Ryder trying to shake off energy of the crowd and perhaps the stripes a little bit.
Wow.
The jump ball, quick jump ball over there was questionable, although the Trojans maintained possession on that. And then that one. 63-61, 2:38 to play here in overtime. Trojans back down by 2. They have led a big portion of this game, most of it, in fact. But right now they trail late, beyond late. Off left side for Johnson. Back top, out high for Johnson. 2:14 and counting. 63-61. Vikings trying to hold for a good shot. Johnson, continuation through. He'll kick off for Lions, and they'll reset it. Back outside, Lions pressure coming. Johnson. He'll go into the paint. Drive through, and a travel. (63-61). Just under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Trojans back with it. They need a bucket. Probably from number 10 down in the paint would be ideal. Go. Caleb, a lot of pressure. He'll put one up. Shot's good, and the foul. Big shot there by Caleb Muya. And a chance once again at the free throw line. Remember, he made the one free throw he needed to make it a 2-point game. Otherwise, this thing's over. So 63-63, minute 45 to play in the ball game. And I think Lodeholt's just fouled out of the game, perhaps. Caleb stepped to the free throw line once again. Up. Good. Trojans back in front by 1. 64-63, 1:44 to play in this ball game, in overtime. Block, jump ball. Trojans ball. On the jump ball, on the block by Caleb Muya. A couple of big plays by number 10 here down the stretch in this overtime now. Girard, Parsons won the tip, and so they had the first possession. So yeah, Girard would have the possession arrow here in this one. Outside for Collins. Here's Collins up the floor, stride for stride with Lyons. Helped out by Worrell. Minute 18 to play now in the ball game. 64-63, Worrell. He needs help.
Needs help, he picked it up.
Kick outside, Carter bails him out. Doherty way too far away from the basket. Muya spinning, elbow, he'll pull back. 1 minute to go here in overtime. Trojans up by 1. 64-63. Daquan Johnson is injured. Got a bad ankle too, I think maybe. Maybe it is a cramp. He got an ankle brace on that left leg. And he'll have to come out of the ball game. And so Caleb Muya going back to the free throw line. Well, he missed, I think, 6 or 7 in a row, but he's made 2 big ones in a row. 64-63, Trojans up by 1. A chance to make this a 3-point game. Front side of it, Swish. Gamer. 55 seconds to play. Trojans lead at 65-63. Chance to make it a 3-point game. Wow. Huge shots there by the senior. 66-63, 52 seconds. Baseline, Scheibe elevates, partially blocked by Carter Doherty. And now a foul going to be called on the Vikings. Foul called on Julius Smith-Reese. And with 47 seconds to play here in overtime, Trojans lead at 66-63. With Caleb Muya going back to the free throw line, he's made 4 in a row. Number 10 will toe the line. Up. Good. Makes it a 2-possession game. Goodness gracious, those are some big shots from Caleb Muya. I mean, to go from ice cold to red hot like that from the free throw line. Up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Caleb picks up his 3rd personal foul, 67-63. 46 seconds to play in this ball game. So that's going to send Lyons to the free throw line to shoot 2. Everybody's in the double bonus here. And so 67-63, 46 seconds. Lyons with a chance to pull him back to within 2. Here's the first one. Up. No good. Legs are tired. Everybody's tired. Tried to put more on it maybe than he needed to. Here's the second one. That one's no good either. Rebound, no by Smith-Reese. Shot no good. Muya gets the rebound. Caleb needs help. He'll dribble out of trouble. 40 seconds left. Muya down the sideline. Now he needs help. All kinds of contact. And he throws it off of the defender. Oh, yep, throws it off the defender. Lyons out of bounds in front of the Parsons student section. And so it will stay with the Trojans. It is like a sub-state championship's on the line here tonight. It's game number 1, guys. Everybody calm down. Collins inbound. Does to Muya. Caleb get it. 34 seconds to play. Caleb is going to be called for a carry. And so it will be a turnover there with 31 seconds left. Trojans up by 4. Lions with it. He'll bring it up. 28. Left wing Johnson. That bum ankle. Scheibe. Johnson sets his feet, didn't take it. Lions will. Fires a 3, leaves it short. Rebound, Doherty. Out to Muya. Here comes Caleb. Up the floor, trying to get some room. Gives away for Ryder Worrell, and Worrell will be fouled with 13 seconds to play. Tell you what, to come into this environment and maintain their composure down the stretch of this one for this Trojan team. This group of guys has got a lot of playing experience from last year's team. Brett Ferguson and Ethan Goff are really all they're missing off of it. But those are some pretty big points those guys would have been here down the stretch. And so some guys have stepped up today with the injury to Evan Troike. Caden Lallman's had to play a lot of minutes. 13 seconds to play. Trojans up by 5. Here's Yates into the paint. Scoop it up good. They don't foul him, and a timeout going to be taken. The last one by Coach Howe. Goodness gracious, Dale. How are we going to meet this? How are we going to...
I don't know that my blood pressure can, bud.
I'm kind of all about sandbagging, you know?
Yeah.
Under promise and over deliver.
Yep.
That has not been the case here tonight. 68-65, setting the tone for a 2018-19 season. We battled through some adversity tonight. We'll get that straightened out this weekend and be ready to go for Tuesday. I do apologize to our sponsors, advertisers. Obviously, this one's on the house, but the support we've gotten to bring you Girard Sports Live has been phenomenal. I'm always just humbled by it every time I look at all the sponsors we have and the support we've gotten from the community. And so, once again, thank you for that. Excited to go through this basketball season with you, brother.
Yeah.
And we're off and running now.
Look forward to a long season. I don't know that I can promise every game will be this close.
No, I wish you could.
Man, wow. And it's great to be around town. And, hey, you're the guy that runs the camera. And BJ makes fun of all the time. I was like, yeah, that's me. By the way, my name's Dale.
Yeah, I control the microphones too, so I can turn you off at any time if I need to.
Yeah, that's the problem.
68-65, 9 seconds to play in this overtime ball game. Trojans have squandered a few long leads in the second half and first half, but they got a 3-point lead right now. And a foul going to be called against the Vikings before the ball comes in. Yeah, I think Ryder's going to be shooting. Somebody, I believe. Foul out. Scheibe?
Scheibe, I believe.
Nope, he's still in.
I don't think he fouled out.
Oh, just fouls on Scheibe, just his second. Ryder missed his first one, made his second one a moment ago. And so they put 1 second on the clock. There was 13 seconds on the clock. They're trying to reset the clock. The clock ran. I put 9 on there. Well, there was 13.
No, there was 9.
9, okay. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. Ryder's first, good. It's a big shot back to make it a 4-point game. Coach is going to take his final timeout of the overtime. And the Trojans lead it by 4, 69-65. Timeout, we'll keep it here. We're gun shy to run any commercials with the issues we've had tonight.
Yeah, we can sit here and chatter back and forth. It's better than crashing. Wow.
You know, listen, like 3 years ago, I was working off of a flip phone doing a scratchy radio broadcast, so we've come a long way.
Well, last year I still had my flip phone.
There you go. Well, welcome to the other side, bro.
Yeah.
69-65, Trojans lead it by 4, 9 seconds on the clock here in overtime at Parsons. Lady Trojans won earlier tonight, 46-40. Coach was elated. Patchwork group of girls that really stepped up nice tonight and It's just a group of girls that haven't played a lot together. You know, you've got Gabby Sands, Kaylin Flaherty are the only ones who had any playing time at all in that state championship game a year ago. And then last year, Sydney Crane, played so much and scored so much. She was nearly 50% of their offense. And so a lot of people getting some of the most significant time of the year, and they got a good win here tonight, 46-40. Ryder knocks down the second one. It's a 5-point game with 9 seconds to play, 65 rather. Scheibe going to pull the trigger on a deep one, missed it. Rebound. Caden Lallman with some big boards, the little fella. Down inside, and he pulls it down. And Caden coming up big. He had a huge rebound offensively down here, and now he pulls down a big defensive rebound, and with 2 seconds to play, the Trojans are going to sneak out of Parsons with a sweep. And they better sneak out. Better take the bypass.
Yeah, you might be escorted out of.
.1 as Lallman steps to the free throw line and makes it 71-65. Good. Huge free throws down the stretch of this one. Scheibe to pull the trigger on a deep one at the buzzer. But the Girard Trojans are going to win it here in overtime against the Parsons Vikings. What a game that was. The Trojans get the victory. Thankfully, they don't have to play this team again. The Vikings are 4A, Trojans are 3A. But that's one that'll have the CNC going, oh, okay. Trojans are legit with a good win over the Parsons Vikings here. 72-65, the final score in this one. And we kick off the postgame show. Postgame show brought to you by Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, our newest sponsor here of Girard Sports Live. Bringing 10 years of industry experience back to our hometown. Call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. We'll talk about this when we return. Trojans win it and get a sweep over the Vikings. Lady Trojans win 46-40, and the Trojan men win it 72-65 in overtime. And we will talk about it next on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. Right after this, you're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent in Girard is Leah Smith. Leah is excited to bring more than 10 years industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri back to her hometown. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options, whether it's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. Give Leah Smith a call today at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Producers Co-op of Girard has been serving the needs of farmers and ranchers in southeast Kansas for decades. With a wide range of products and services, you'll be sure to find what you're looking for. Contact the Agronomy Center for seed recommendations, seed treatments, crop scouting, grid and soil sampling, custom and variable rate application, and more. Raise the bar and make this year the most profitable yet. To learn more, visit them online at girardcoop.com or call the Agronomy Center at 620-724-8372. Producers Co-op, working for you.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Regulation. Welcome back here to the post-game show brought to you by Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, BJ Harris, Dale Shireman here as we wrap things up on a doubleheader night. Lady Trojans win at 46-40. Trojan men win at 72-65. 72-65 in overtime. Kind of asked these guys when we were at the break what the hubbub was about the scorebook, and allegedly they're saying even Girard's scorebook had them up by Parsons up by 1 point in regulation. I missed it, and again, I wasn't keeping stats tonight. I usually do a pretty good job of keeping those runs going and what the score is running total, but the official scorebook was the only one out of 4 scorebooks that did not have them winning by 1. But here's the thing. It went to overtime. I mean, it was tied ball game, you know. Obviously, you don't want to have to go to overtime. You think you win, and I'd have to probably see it to believe it anyways. But, you know, you even score after regulation. And so Trojans end up getting the win in that extra period. And it don't matter. And after that, Trojans win it 72-65. And both teams, ladies Trojans and Trojan men, will move to 1-1. We're back at it coming up on Tuesday to the friendly confines of Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium for the first time this season, only time this year, 2018 this year. And then we will start 2019 at home. At home on the 4th against Liberal, a non-conference game, and then a first conference game of the year at Galena on the 14th. And then on the 17th on the road at Labette County. It's one of my favorite gyms in southeast Kansas.
It's under construction, BJ. I was there last night.
Are they going to play basketball in it?
Nope.
Where are they going to play it?
I don't know. In the little gym, I guess.
Oh, darn it.
Wrestling team Southeast Girard was down there last night, and they've got it boarded off. You can't even get in it.
What are they going to do to it? I hope they don't mess with it. That's a nice gym. I liked it. Old gym, but nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Had all the windows across one side and just a neat feel to it. But unfortunately, we won't get to go in there, I guess, according to Dale. If that's true, I'd like to confirm that as well. Just kidding.
Well,
Trojan men win it here 72-65. Lady Trojans win it 46-40. And we're waiting on the arrival of the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott. Coach, he's got to pace himself. That voice won't last all year long, especially with stuff like that. So we hope he can manage. We'll take one more break. We'll come back here and wrap things up here tonight from Parsons. The Trojans win it over the Vikings here in our first game of the season on Girard Sports Live. We'll back with Coach Westcott when we return. You're watching the Leah Smith Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Back here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show, BJ Harris along with you, Dale Sharman around the camera, and joining us now, the head basketball coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott. That's one way to get things started, Coach. I was talking on the broadcast. I like to sandbag a little bit, under promise and over deliver. That's going to set the bar pretty high for excitement. But what a game for your team, just showing a ton of grit really in tonight's game to sneak out of here and get one. And obviously that team went on some runs to close some gaps, but in overtime getting the win. Just talk about the entire energy of this one.
Hey, you said it. A lot of grit. Kids just played their tails off. Both teams, they played extremely hard as well. I think Anthony's got it about 120 degrees in here the way it feels. And,
they did open the window.
I tell you what, it was an outstanding first game as far as excitement. I don't think we played real well, but, it's the first game. You're going to have some mistakes, but I got to give our kids all the credit in the world, just the way they fought and hung on and just kept thinking next play. Even when things went bad tonight, they made that big run there at the end of regulation, and we kind of fell apart a little bit. But I got to give our kids a lot of credit there in the overtime. Come out, handled the ball, made a play when we needed to, and got the ball where it needed to be as well. That's always a plus. Give it to Caleb and get out of the way at times. But we've got a lot of things to do, a lot of things to get better at. But I'm real proud of our kids right now.
Well, you think, too, down the stretch in that overtime, you're really without the services of Evan Troike. He had those 4 fouls, but also battling a little bit of a back injury. It looked like he hurt there. And, he's one of your best ball handlers, one of your best scorers. And you didn't have him in that overtime and still managed to get the win. I mean, that's what kind of playing with only one hand time behind your back. But I thought, too, a big ball game in his absence by Caden Lallman. Boy, talk about into the fire, his first real varsity action. And he's got to come in and play probably more minutes than you expected him to play tonight. And some big rebounds. That offensive rebound underneath there was huge. Shortest guy on the floor, pulled down probably the biggest rebound of the night.
Yeah. We wanted to give some other guys some looks, and this just isn't a good environment to throw somebody to the fire in.
I might as well.
But, I thought he did some nice things for us this year. He had a great summer, so we knew what he's capable of. And we've got some other guys that are going to contribute down the line as well. But, hopefully we can get Evan healed up here. I think he's having some spasm problems, so hopefully it's nothing too serious. But I thought our other guys really stepped up well and did a nice job of coming to the ball late in the game and, making the right plays.
Another guy we talked in pregame was about Carter Doherty, and I made the comment during the broadcast. I mean, you got your known commodities, and you know what he can bring, but as he goes probably the way you go, because if he plays as big as he is down inside the paint and can really affect things, and I felt like he did tonight and stayed out of foul trouble, which was a big thing for you as well. But yeah. I felt like Carter made that first step towards what you expect him to be this year.
He did. He did some good things for us. Got a lot of minutes. He was able to play longer than what I thought he would. Had to, really. Out of necessity. Zane got in a little foul trouble, and, those two we've kind of been trading them in and out. Give us a little bit of size when one of them's out that way. But and I think at times tonight we had them both on the floor, so gives us a little bit of size inside. Not a lot, but Carter obviously gives us a lot of size. So good things for us tonight. We'll go back and look at the film and we'll think, gosh, did we really play that bad? Because it never looks as good once you go back and watch it. But exciting game, fun game for the kids, and a good way to get the year started.
Yeah, that's a fourth-place finish team in the 4A Division II and a favorite maybe to win it in 4A this year. And they brought everybody back, and you just beat them in week one. It's good to get them in week one, probably.
It probably was, and you got to give those kids a lot of credit. We talked this morning, they had a couple weeks of football there after us, and our kids are so familiar with each other. They got a kid hurt there that last game. Right. I saw was in a sling, and he's one of their guys too. So they're going to continue to get better when they get healthy, and they're going to be somebody to reckon with down the stretch. Unfortunately for us, we won't see them anymore. So not until next year anyway.
All right, Coach. Well, that was a lot of fun. I appreciate your time as always. Good luck on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, BJ.
Hey, Coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show. That'll do it for us tonight. We're going to wrap things up here. Lady Trojans win at 46-40. The Trojan men win at 72-65. A Trojan sweep here on the road at Parsons to get things started here in 2018-19. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching Girard Sports Live.
This is Girard Sports Live.
19-18, Trojans holding on to a 1-point lead here with 2:12 to play first quarter. Crane, three, good! There it is! That puts her over 1,000 points. What a moment.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Craw-Can Telephone, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance Jenny Collins Agency, Bender on 7, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Call Service, Chicken Annie's Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, G&W Foods, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, Jagged Edge, Canar Eye Care, Kim Kravitz Photo, Laird Ceramics, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drugstore, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Paoni Dental, the Producers Co-op Agronomy Center, Farmers Insurance Leah Smith Agency, GN Bank, the Market 120, and the Producers Co-op Farm Store.
Just a crossover and go. I'm faster than you are. Goes to the baseline. I can jump higher too.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.